Hello, ladies and gentlemen of the internet and of YouTube, or anyone who might watch this. These aren't getting uploaded. I don't know why I said that. Oh well.
I'm up, but
I don't know. It's force of fucking habit. I've been running this type of shit for almost 4 years now. And I just I just got used to saying that. I'm gonna keep saying it when we get to campaign 2. So force of habit, live with it. Anyway. So where last we left off, you had all arrived in the village of Cornelia while en route to your own respective destinations. A small little farming settlement in the middle of open fields, with goblin tribes neighboring them to the north, with whom they had distant but non-aggressive relations. Upon your arrival in this village, you discovered and were informed by the town mayor, an individual named Andorin, that not all is well in Cornelia, as it seems there has been a string of disappearances sending people into the dead of night, seemingly never to be seen again. You are promised a pretty remarkable reward of gil if you were to help find out what the cause of this problem is, if possible, rescue the people who had been kidnapped, and if also possible, end the threat. You did some poking around, did some investigating, learned about a individual who's among the disappeared who is, it seems, and is claimed to have murdered his own family, but there are doubts about the validity of that accusation. You came across a hermit witch in the woods near the town named Dariana, who once knew said boy and who also has good relations with the goblins up north, who has volunteered to aid you, and is strictly speaking only in this module to fill in the gap of a healer in case the party doesn't have one. After teaming up with Dariana, you ventured north towards where the goblins make their home in the hopes of seeing if they know anything, and en route encountered a small group of very frail and skinny goblins who were under attack from a pack of wolves. After helping them defend themselves, you bunked down for the night to rest up and get ready for what lies ahead. And it is upon that note that we shall fade in to this new session, as day comes and the sun rises across the fields, warm, pleasant, nary a cloud in sight. So, and don't forget everyone, if you want music, you can use the Watch Together room. So, what do you wish to do?
So it's the next morning in the camp, right?
Yes. Yep, it is the next morning in the camp. You have all gotten a full rest, or a travel rest rather, but that doesn't necessarily matter. You all took so little damage in that fight that it's irrelevant, so you're all back to max HP and MP.
Well, the white mage innate ability already healed us anyway. And again, the only one who took damage was me!
Friendly fire.
Friendly fire! Friendly fire!
I take it at no point in the night Carly ate the peace offering pie.
It is still there.
I take it back.
You take it back. It's got like a dragonfly standing on it now.
There's one little thing I found, but oh well.
The goblins that you rescued are looking a little better at this point. The one that was unconscious at the end of the battle has been tended to by his buddies and Dariana, so he's awake now. Has his arm in a sling, but he's awake. Kind of funky looking little creatures. Short, squat, kind of yellowy green skin, really pointy noses, and they got these big floppy green hats. So, how do you proceed?
I wouldn't. Mostly because the Moogle is still like kind of sleeping.
All right.
Because she's no morning person.
Right.
I suppose my character's just like scavenging around for anything that's consumable, I guess.
Just like anything remotely useful.
Yeah. And maybe a few berries if he comes across anything like that.
Okay, I guess make a scavenge check.
Get it up here.
You would think the wolves that like we killed the night before, you could just like get the meat off them.
I mean, if you want to eat a wolf.
I don't know.
I mean, you certainly can. I wouldn't recommend it.
I'm not suggesting to do that. I'm just stating.
Yeah, will me, but not. My character haven't really thought of that.
I mean, to be
dear.
fair, you kind of incinerated a fair chunk of the wolves, so...
I was gonna say I couldn't remember if we actually burned them or not. I couldn't remember.
Incinerated, cauterized, dissected, just blew up.
Okay, I guess I'll.
Completely annihilated. It's combusted on the spot. I've never seen anything like it.
Darkness, I still need that scavenge check.
I know. But unfortunately, I have to switch dice because my mother's moved shit around again.
You didn't even have your dice ready?
I mean, I had them in a place where they would have been, and it's obviously been moved. So I find them later.
Baby.
This is what happens when you live in a house of mother that cleans constantly.
I mean, I live in a house with my mother and my father, and they know not to touch my shit.
My mother's not like that.
Can I
Yeah,
have my
make sure I put it
character?
in a safe place.
Wait, what's up, hon?
Can I have my character just check on everyone how they're doing, as long as making sure they're up?
Yeah, that's fine enough. Like, just
Even though
about-
the Moogle's not.
yeah, like, everyone's up, the Moogle's not, but, like, Dariana's up, she's doing some, rudimentary follow-ups on the goblins, seeing how they're doing. Goblins are chatting with them, chatting with her and amongst themselves. They look tired, scrawny little guys.
Okay, I go to the Moogle and bonk him on the head. Wake up!
Oh, okay, hold on a sec. I need to, Okay.
The mighty
On the
punk.
boss meter.
It returns.
I believe that's 5.
I believe so,
Moogle,
yes.
wake up!
Okay, so...
Ow!
yeah, so Madeline, you get bonked on the head. Bonk.
Ow!
This way.
You keep sleeping, we're gonna leave you behind. Come on, up.
Okay, Grandma.
Just walked away.
Layla is going to wander up to the gubbies.
Okay.
50! A critical success!
Okay.
Oh,
well,
shit. Well, I'll get to you in a second, Tom. I'll get to you in a second. We need to take care of this bullshit.
Oh,
Roll of the night.
Okay.
He's just got luck on his side.
I fucking guess so. He doesn't have anything else, anyway.
I'm the
I'm
only one
joking.
that's
I'm
saying it, I don't care.
teasing. Anyway, okay. Now, so fuck. Okay. Well, I was just gonna have you find some fucking berries that would just be like food for the road. But as you're poking around through the underbrush and sifting about, with that critical success, you get a beneficial effect. And as you're poking around, you find a bush with berries. And as you're plucking some of them, knowing like, okay, yeah, these will be good if they're just a good little snack. And as you're kind of plucking them, you find one that has a strange iridescent shine to it. As you pluck it, it's a little stiffer in your fingers, almost like a rock candy almost. So, for purposes, I will say that you have acquired a berry that, when consumed, will restore 50% of HP and MP.
Ooh,
Super berry.
Pretty much.
Superberry.
So, it's basically a combination of a high potion and a high ether, and you can call it an iridescent berry, and add it to your inventory.
I'd be holding on to this.
Lucky bastard.
He does
Alright.
this every time he just magically gets a critical success.
Kind of like you
I
with the
don't know
critical
how.
fails and the rope. You will never get away. You will never escape. We will never
Trust me,
let
there
you.
Trust me, there was an idea I wanted to do. I have told Han this, so I don't know if he remembers.
Oh dear. Well,
I'm scared.
you can share the
I
story.
wanted to do a comic of that. That was it. That's all I wanted. I wanted to do a little comic of that specific scene.
Oh, please
God.
do. I would love to see that. Anyway.
Dear God, no.
I don't know why. I just imagine you got the rope around him and just dragged him along to hog him or something.
I could do a comic dub of it.
Oh my God, please no.
Never in my life have I ever wanted to murder my own ferret in my damn life. I want to kill her, but I can't because she's giving me freaking love. Why?
Fluffy and cute.
I want to
Wins
kill
the
you,
day.
but you're hugging me. I am morally obligated not to hurt you now. Fuck. Anyway.
She
Okay.
learned from the penguins. Cute
Now.
and cuddly.
Anyway, so
Vela
What
is
else is
approaching
going on?
Gubbies.
Vela is approaching the Gabbies. So, as you're approaching, the least scrawny of the bunch looks up towards you as you're approaching and gives you a sort of a big, sort of gnarled, toothy smile. Hello.
So, Mr. and Mrs. various goblins of as of yet indeterminate gender, we hear that you have some missing people too?
The goblins look amongst themselves, and the one that you're talking to pricks a bit. All three of us are guys.
Really noted. Missing people. Bill, we're kind of being investigators now. So we're investigating.
Okay.
Need information. Do the thing.
Right. So you're trying to find out about the goblins who've been disappearing?
Uh-huh. So, that's the one.
Well, we don't necessarily know a whole lot about it. We're just sent out here to do some hunting, and then we got jumped by those wolves.
Out here, jumping, wolves. I don't know where she got the pen and paper notepad, but she is writing on one.
Okay. Gon just tilts his head at you. Dariana pipes up at this point. You're all a little young and a little scrawny to be a hunting party, aren't you?
Yeah. All the bigger guys have been taken.
Taken the bigger guy's mystery.
Dariana just gives you a look.
Angry look should stop writing now.
Yes, you should.
Oh my
Puts her pen and paper back into the whatever void she got it from.
You just like into pocket space. You're secretly a time mage. You have a chrono pocket anyway. But only for
Aye.
but
No,
only
she's
for
using
but only for
Kira's.
pie and notepads.
There is something, that's all.
Okay.
She uses Chira's like pocket dimension just without her knowing.
Just without her permission.
Just dashes for notepad emergencies.
Just for note pie emoji. Okay. All right. So, the goblin nods up at you.
We'd love to bring you back to our village, though. Show you to our chief, our elder. If anyone's gonna know, if anyone's gonna know
what's
what's
still there.
yeah, the big guy. He's managed to keep himself from getting taken. Don't know how.
Does anyone else find it kind of weird that of all the people being taken, the mayor and the chief, like the big, most important peoples there, are not gone?
I was thinking the very same thing.
I don't know.
Well, didn't
Also,
vanish.
Birdman might be sitting on your shoulder for a bit because I just woke up.
No, you need the exercise.
Oh,
I think we would be very interested in meeting this chief, Capel. So, what's their name?
Their name is Galvox.
What? It will put a spring in your wings.
oh wow, such freaking wisdom.
Galvox is the name of the chief.
Yeah.
Reminds me of my old quote.
That's right, Capel.
Why are you coupoing?
Because someone has to, and someone isn't doing a Moogle right.
Okay.
I just reminded of Tally from Mass Effect. I have a shotgun.
Your children don't behave. I'm gonna bunk all of you.
Yep, this definitely reminds me of my old little quote that I've learned over the years.
So how far is this village of yours?
Just a couple hours trek to the north of here.
Shall we go? We have mysteries to solve, villains to find, parties to have, pies to eat, notes to write, exploring to be done, kupos to kupopo.
Your pies.
Dariana comes up and flicks you on. Oh, okay, just a bonk. Okay, here we go. Hold on.
Just no warning, just bonk.
Okay.
Arms to have on our heads. Ow.
Bonk.
That's 6.
That is 6.
Bonk. Come on. We're not going to get any more information here. We got to get going.
Indeed.
Yes, quite. Let's go.
All right, so y'all pack up your shit, you get up, and the goblins take point, leading the way through the hills moving north. And it's easy going, well enough. You don't run into any significant issues en route. You're kind of just passing peacefully over the hills for a time. Occasional cloud drifts by overhead. It's very pleasant afternoon. But eventually, you come over another rise, and up in the distance, you spot what you presume to be the Goblin settlement. And it definitely has a very different look and feel to Cornelia and the surrounding environments. Things have gotten increasingly dry around you as you've been going. Things are getting a little more yellow, a little less green. You get the impression that for whatever reason there's not quite as much rainfall in this neck of the woods. As you're going, you can see the village of the goblins appears to be comprised of numerous circles of huts that themselves form an additional circle like Gallifreyan rings. And in the middle is one large stomping ground with a gargantuan bonfire blazing in the middle that you can see all the way from here. On the southern end of the village, you can see 2 tall watchtowers made out of crudely slapped together but sturdy enough looking watchtowers of wood. With the sort of these like angled roofs. You can see just barely from here, sentries standing lookout in those towers. There's one said tower on the northern end of the village, sort of creating this triangular thing around it. You can just make out barricades and palisades in places around the village for defense, and even from here you can tell that these are relatively new creations. Just looking at it from here, you estimate this village could maybe have 100, maybe 200 goblins living in it. But you're not seeing anywhere near that many moving around from this distance.
So, how many people are poofed, exactly?
I don't know exactly how many, but a lot.
Like 24 back in Cornelia?
I haven't really been keeping track, but it used to be a lot louder here. Oh,
Is there any significance to the ones that have gone missing?
The biggest one was the chieftain's daughter.
Has it mostly been your warriors?
Mostly our warriors, but also a couple of livestock tenders.
And Cornelia, wasn't it? Didn't they say it was mostly their experienced guards as well?
I believe so.
I don't think it was ever stated that. Back in Cornelia, it seemed to be largely random. It was just mostly on the northern half of town.
I remember also something about all the remaining guards there were all the shit ones, which is why they got asked to do the job.
I mean, to be fair, they just don't necessarily have very good guards anyway because they don't have many problems to deal with, but regardless.
Okay.
Either way.
Did the baker get taken?
Baker?
Here's a question for you before you answer that. Do you know what a pie is? Before she gave you one.
I mean, we had meat pies all the time.
It's satisfactory.
Hmm?
Who
Anyway,
makes the meat pies? This is a very important question that may determine the fate of the world.
Oh my
Right, I'm gonna go. Right, we're gonna go show you to our people now. Come on.
Just straight to the point.
The Goblin does not want to talk about that. And they are like moving ahead.
I just know I like pies. You're all weird people.
It's
Maybe
not
you're
that we,
scaring them away.
it's not that we don't like pies. It's that you like pie too much.
There's no such thing.
I admit
That
it was a
tastes
bit
nice, it tastes
stale,
plastic.
but nice. But now is not the time.
I'm just gonna have Shira like laugh at that response she heard.
I will give you my pouty face and I will not stop.
And you may pout away.
Oh, don't be a baby.
If I was someone else, I would be warring in your face so hard right now.
Anyway, so carrying on, as you follow the goblins up towards the entrance of the village, they briefly shout back and forth with the sentries in the watchtower in a language you do not understand, but you presume to be the language of the goblins. But after a second, the sentries give off a nod. One of them picks up some sort of long curved bone horn and blows into it. And the moment he does, there's a sort of a swirl of activity from inside the village. And the goblins that are leading you turn back to you. The one that's been talking majorly sort of gives you this bigger grin.
Come on, come on.
And sort of eagerly scuttles into the town.
Following.
All right. So you followed the goblins in, and as you're going, you would normally expect maybe to be taken right to the main sort of stomping ground. But what seems to be happening is pretty much the second you reach the heart of that first circle, where there's just like a smaller little campfire, the goblins who are following you take a sharp right and start shouting out in that goblin language to the surrounding huts. And as they're sort of leading you, more and more goblins start sort of poking their heads out of their huts and their tents. And you're seeing a lot of younger ones, a lot of scrawnier ones, skinnier ones. Only a couple that look like they'd actually be worth anything in a real fight. But as they're sort of poking their heads out and emerging from their little huts and hovels, a lot of them seem to be looking at you with an approving eye as you're passing through, listening to whatever it is the little ones are chanting. Occasionally,
It is very uncomfortable.
yeah, occasionally one of them will come up, say something to you in that goblin language you don't understand. Their tone of voice doesn't seem to be hostile or aggressive in any way. Like, you get the impression they're basically just saying, thanks for saving this lot. It's like you're being paraded through the town and celebrated at the moment. It's very odd. But after a full lap through the outermost circle, you're finally brought into that central stomping ground. And as you're sort of emerging into it, you can see in front of this big tent in the heart of it all, a towering behemoth of a goblin who almost more resembles an orc from World of Warcraft in stature and build. And he is standing tall, looking at you with this sort of a appraising eye as you're approaching. Doesn't have a shirt on, letting you see just these big-ass muscles he's got. Bulging figure with all kinds of weird red tattoos sort of crisscrossing all over his body in these sort of, I want to say Nordic, but not quite patterns. There's very deliberate imagery in every layer, starting at his waist and heading up towards his shoulders, front and back.
Must be a hobgoblin.
And strapped across his back, pretty much the only thing worn on his chest via belt, is a humongous ass axe. As the little goblins bring you forward, this bigger one, his eyes sort of lock onto Dariana and his features soften a bit. I might have known. Dariana? He gives a little nod of his head and she nods in turn.
Galvox?
So, you lot intervened and saved some of my, hunters, it seems.
Yep, there were some super nasty, not at all good boys, and we kind of killed them and exploded them and made them little and small and icky.
Does anyone else speak for your troop?
You get used to that.
I'm not sure I want to. Oh. Now, you've saved some of my people, and I'm not one to let kindnesses go unrewarded. Is there something you need? If there's anything I can do to repay you for saving these young ones' lives, just ask.
Mostly only information, like, would you know anything of the disappearance of your people? Or seen anything unnatural?
At the mention of the disappearances, Galvox's expression significantly darkens. He looks to left
Forgive
and to
me
the
for
right.
asking.
He looks left and right for a second, and sort of nods back with his head, beckoning. Not out here. Come. And he turns and sort of lumbers back into his big tent, and with every step, he's like...
Ooh, ominous invitation. Shall we accept? Shall we?
Be on your best behavior. And
I'm
show
always
him
on my
some
best
respect.
behavior. I'm the perfect angel, smiled at him bridally.
His back is currently to the group as he's heading inside. Dariana just rolls her eyes.
Try to show a degree of respect, child. Don't forget, this is the leader of an entire clan.
Exactly.
Mother.
What did you call? You know what? Let's just carry on.
Cheera, if you would.
Bonk.
Oh, my pleasure. Boom.
She decides and accepts it.
7.
All right, and you step
You know,
in to Galvox's
You do
tent.
realize half my head is like scaled and stuff, so it's not as bad as it should be, right?
You realize there's a crystal ball on the end of her staff?
That just makes things interesting.
At some point, those scales are gonna wear out.
What the fuck is happening?
Madness is happening, and you are part of it.
So I am.
Welcome to the elements of madness.
I'm literally about to kill you.
They get better at making him miss the elf.
Now then. So, as you step into the tent, you are greeted to a fairly nicely furnished interior. It kind of looks like a more large-sized, like, bedroom, almost. There's, like, a large table in the back that you recognize functions as, like, both, like, a large skinning table and just a desk. Off to the left, there is a very pleasant, or right, rather, there is a large bed padded down with all sorts of furs and hides. There's a chest at its base. There's a sort of central supporting pillar in the middle of the room. And off on the left, there is a series of racks that have what look to be tanning hides, and one just has a bunch of spears leaning on it. Galvox pulls a stool out from one of the corners, sets it up, and sits down. So, you'll hear about the disappearances, are you?
Indeed. For I'm afraid the town your friend is from has suffered the same problem.
Cornelia's had disappearances as well, has it? I had a feeling. Some of the, more reckless and uninformed of my number have voiced concerns that maybe the Cornelians have been involved somehow.
The Cornelians thought you were doing it.
A foolish but not unprecedented view. Well, I'm afraid I don't have much I can tell you with certainty. There have been disappearances for the last while. At first, it was only one large hunter here or established warrior there, but as time went on, the disappearances became more frequent and, dare I say it, more brazen, more numerous, more people at once, as I presume whatever is responsible is getting stronger, and those they're trying to take are getting weaker.
And let me guess, no tracks or sightings of what it is?
Nothing concrete, but we have had a single witness. The validity of the testimony is in question, however. They are but a child.
But children are the most insightful. They can say the smartest things.
They also have a tendency to play make-believe. I'm not going to dismiss the child's story outright, but I have to take into consideration that the story did come from a child.
Which I respect your way of thinking. But perhaps a little bit of information would be helpful from this child.
Every little bit.
You.
As matters stand, the child claims that he witnessed one of the abductions happening, albeit from a distance. He says that in the night, under cloud cover, when he was up when he shouldn't have been with some of his friends, they were playing hide-and-seek in the dark. And while he was hiding on the northern end of the village, he saw one of our sentries in their tower. And then something emerged beside them, as if it just melted out of the dark. He heard a brief scuffling, some shouts, and then both melded back into the dark.
So, like as in just like the night or the shadows it emerged from?
It's hard to tell.
Huh.
It was the middle of the night. While we goblins do have better night vision than other races might, it doesn't fully develop until we're adults. The child's view was obfuscated as well by the bushes he was using to hide from his friends. Nevertheless, if his testimony is to be believed, then they vanished towards the north, towards the mountain peak.
Then is where I guess we're most needed. I mean, I know it's a hunch, but it's something at least, more than we could ask for.
Any chance we could talk to the kid? Might have some more details that he hasn't shared, or...
I can try to bring him, but I can't guarantee he'll get anything of value. And he stands up and lumbers towards the entrance of his tent, and you hear him bellowing out, "Bring Giblet!" And he turns back around, comes back in and sits down. It might take a little bit. Dariana speaks up at this point.
If you have a direction north towards the mountains, why have you done nothing or sent anyone to investigate?
The simple truth is, in the north is where we bury our dead. In the mountain peak, southern front, nestled between vine and forestry, there is an ancient shrine where our ancestors once lived. We bury our dead around it. We try not to disturb those ancient lands if we can help it. What was that?
Well,
thickens.
Well, I sure we shall treat the place with the greatest respect that we can.
If you are to go there, then I should hope so. Goblin dead do not rest easy.
And I wish not to disturb their rest.
If this thing enjoys the dark, a graveyard or burial site would be a nice little vacation spot.
Cultural reasons notwithstanding, surely you could have sent someone to investigate at that point.
The problem is the child witnessed the abduction after they'd already been happening for a while. We were down to only a handful of warriors at that point, and they were tasked with defending those who remained, until they too were taken. In short, we didn't have a direction to go on until it was too late to follow. All we can do now is, I suppose, pray and hope on your kindness, and hope that those of us who are left are too scrawny not to be taken.
You said that they grew more brazen as time went on?
The time between abductions decreased, and the number of those who disappeared at once grew.
In the daylight?
Never in the daylight, no. But closer to daylight. Used to be it was in the dead of night, but we've had one or two almost dawn or dusk disappearances, and those only a couple hours after the sun sets or rises grew in number.
Were there any abductions in the other town? This is towards the group, not the goblin. Like, in the other town, were there any that were actually in broad daylight?
There have been a few, well, close encounters of it, if I recall. There have been random time zones when people went missing. And there is no pattern, exactly.
Kind of looks towards the witch.
Why are you looking at me?
You're around there. You were around there longer.
I also didn't live in the town, far removed from what was going on there. In case you forgot, I like my privacy and my peace and quiet. I lived a loud enough life in my youth, thank you.
Whatever this thing is, started out in the dark. And seems to have grown stronger, taking more, and not just in the dead of night.
Indeed.
What I want
This
to
is
know,
why.
what I want to know, my companions here mentioned this when we arrived. Why haven't you been taken, Galvox? Neither you nor the mayor of Cornelia has been taken by whatever this is.
If I were to guess, when you are tending to your livestock or herding animals, you do not wish to panic them unnecessarily. If you are preying upon a village, or a town, or a culture, if you deprive them of their leadership, then they scatter. They tear themselves apart before you have the chance to. If whatever this is preying on us as a source of food or power, taking us as the leaders would only make their job harder, as their prey would scatter to the winds and become unpredictable.
Truly, we're dealing with a cunning hunter indeed.
One that feeds off and increases its own power. As it walks through the shadows, we're dealing with something dark, strong, and probably ancient.
Yes. As you said, it acts like a shepherd where pretty much those it comes across are those
More
for
like a
slaughter.
wolf. More like a wolf,
Even a wolf
picking off
hunting.
a herd.
Yes.
Probably also doesn't want to take the effort.
But the
For those
question
goblin
is,
of your size, the effort would be too much for the reward.
Even if I were to be taken, you may rest assured I would not go quietly.
Which would cause a ruckus, not to mention any bodily damage to it. Would not be worth it. Like you said.
Leave it. This is some good
Sad.
muscles.
Begs the question, though. They said your daughter was taken, yes?
Yes, she was.
Seems an odd choice. Taking someone so close to you would more just anger you.
That's right.
It did leave me furious, yes.
And yet you still haven't investigated.
I've tried. But she was one of the most recent to be taken.
Recent.
I kept only like a week back. I did my damnedest to keep her safe, but then, just like everyone else, she vanished without a trace. Turn your back for 1 second. That's how it is with children, I suppose.
It's playing with you.
Well, whatever this thing is, toying with its food. The question is, how many is there? Is it just one entity, or is there multiple?
Things like this tend to act on their own, as it's feeding on so many. I imagine it's building itself up. Taking the daughter was probably just something to piss you off and make you act irrationally.
Which my guess is, if you did, many more may go missing.
Not a whole lot of your village is really worth the effort anymore. All scrawny and small.
Which means if we don't stop it, eventually it could spread even further. And even more would go missing.
I don't know. I reckon if it is some sort of evil hunter thingy, it will probably finish off everyone here. You said they're getting bigger groups, so if they're scrawnier, they just take more of them. Until there's an exhausted resource. Then you move on.
Depending how
Or
strong
you-
it is, I
or-
suppose.
Or, if it is treating us like livestock, it'll wait for us to breed and reproduce.
Kinda takes a real long time compared to, like, cows and chocobos and...
I don't think that's the case. If this thing is taking more and more, that just culls the herd.
Plus, it may have...
Not to mention rebirth and repopulation takes time. And obviously, if this thing keeps taking more, it doesn't really have the patience for it.
Isn't that why it's taking from the other townspeople
Hmm.
Probably leaving this one behind just to go and find food from another place and then coming
Sounds
back.
like you've lost more people, and only like 2 dozen from Cornelia, so it probably hit you guys first and has moved on and expanding.
Exactly what I said. It goes to one place and then the next. Whether it's through looking for more food or something more tastier for it to consume.
Well, these thought shenanigans are only one of us has seen it, and that is Giblet. Where is Giblet?
Oh yeah, that's right, I forgot that he'd been called for. Alright,
Kind of wait for that.
Well, you did say it was going to take a while, so...
We just assumed it'd
Take
take
a
a while.
Alright, it's at about this point then that the flap to the tent is pushed aside and this little tiny squirt of a goblin comes in. Little guy, eyes are huge, his nose is disproportionately massive, and his like green little hat covers one of his eyes, and he keeps having to like push it up.
Hi there. What's your name?
He like just falls
I
back
pull
from
her
enthusiastic
back.
reading.
I'm very sorry for that. Don't scare the kid half to death.
Birdman.
That's
You must be Giblet. We just wish to ask you a few questions. Sorry
he-
for my friend's outburst.
he is a birdman, and he's all grumpy and serious. I'm
And
a
have
dragon
more respect.
lady.
I'm a lizard woman from the dawn of time, and this is my wife.
Alabastra.
Yes. Anyway, so Galvox just chuckles a bit. Beardy's Giblet. These ones are eccentric, but they mean us no harm. I have some questions for you. Please answer them honestly.
Okay.
Hey, Giblet, we heard that you're really awesome at hide and seek.
No, I usually get found first.
I bet your friends cheat. They watch you and they don't count properly.
Let's stay on the subject.
Let me, please, Birdman.
I swear, you offer him a pie, I'm gonna hit you.
Exhibin, just let her do what she has to. If it gets the kid to talk, just let her do what she has to.
Let kids talk to kids.
We can hope then, I guess.
Let kids talk to kids. Well, at least she admits it.
I would have suggested the Moogle, but fair enough.
Sometimes,
Excuse me.
of all the Moogles, probably not, but sometimes
Yeah,
you have
about
to
the
be blind to
size.
get through the door.
Okay, out of this group, Avelia's the only one that's got like the really sweet personality that a kid probably would normally talk to instead of the two cranky ones, the sassy Moogle, and then the very shy elf.
Yeah, that's why Vela's trying to talk to him
point.
right now and it's telling the bird brain to shut up.
That's why Shira is supporting Avelia right now. Go ahead.
So who are your friends?
One more time.
Who are your friends?
Just some of the other kids from around the camp. Are we in trouble?
No? Not in any kind of trouble. I'm just really interested. Sounds like you guys have a lot of fun, yeah?
Mm-hmm. We try to.
I've also learned that though when you were hiding one time, you saw something kind of scary.
Mm-hmm.
Can you tell us about it?
We were playing hide and seek. We were up when we shouldn't have been. I got grounded. But,
Yeah.
while we were playing, I thought I'd try hiding outside the town just a little bit. Normally we're supposed to not leave the village borders, but, I thought, park myself just a little outside and it'll make it harder for them to find me, because, usually I'm so bad at hiding.
You sound really brave and clever.
It was, and it was working, too. They were taking their sweet time finding me. And I had a good look at the mountain to the south. It looked scary and all black against the night, though. But while I was there, up in one of the watchtowers, I saw one of the guards just doing his thing, and I was just watching him for a while. And then suddenly there was just something there in the tower with him. It just showed up. Like, poof! Not there 1 second, then it was the next.
Sounds awful. I want you to think really, really hard for me, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Was it a man or thing? Scary monster creature thing.
It was kind of both. It didn't look to be that much bigger than like a grown-up, but the way it moved just was not right. It was scary. Like it was bleeding black mist or fog or something.
Did it look kind of like a goblin?
Kind of, but taller.
He kind of squints over at Callie.
Kind of looked sort of vaguely like her, actually.
Like her?
Yeah, like tall, kind of skinny.
Did you see any ears?
I saw something pointy. I was far away. It was just silhouettes. Just shadows on the wall.
possible it could be another elf.
Possibly.
Did you make any other features? Eyes, skin?
No, it was too dark.
How did it... When the mean thing took the nice guard, how did it do it? How did it fight?
The guard was doing a lot of swinging and thrashing, but whatever he was attacking, whatever that thing was, it just kept, like, not being where he was swinging. Like, it just kept twitching out of space. Dodging really fast. And then after a bit, it just, like, touched him or something? And then he just dropped, and then they were gone.
Did he drop, or did he, like, stop in place and freeze him like a statue?
He dropped, just toppled. Like when you're trying to make a stack bigger than everyone else's with whatever rocks you have around, and then your pile of rocks falls over, and everyone laughs.
Did it... So, it then took the poor guy. Did you see it leave the tower, or did it just vanish?
Just kind of vanished.
In darkness?
Yeah, it's just like, I said he was like bleeding off dark mist, and then after a minute, that was all that was left. Just a few little wisps of it left, drifting down the tower, and then they just vanished.
Giblet.
Hmm?
Was there a moon that night?
I don't know, it was cloudy.
And the eyes, did you see any eyes?
No.
Could you
From
tell
the
if it was
sound
wearing
of it.
anything? It's wearing something super weird and funky.
Maybe, I think its shoulders look kind of spiky.
Spike.
Like some of those.
These kind of spikes shows off our own, like, spiked armor bits.
No, not like that. More like,
Again, he kind of looks at Cowley.
kind of like her collar, but bigger.
If we asked if it made any sound or anything.
Did it,
I only heard the guard, like, letting out a
Okay.
yell. I didn't hear whatever the thing was say anything or make any noise.
did it have any kind of weapon? Like a big scythe?
I didn't see anything like that, no. If he did, he didn't use it. It did, he did, she did, I don't know.
Well, you were really very brave, and I bet you're actually better at hiding than you give yourself credit for.
It
You're
didn't
super
find me,
awesome, Giblet.
so...
You
And
did really
after-
good at hiding there, Giblet.
And since you've been so brave, takes out the better of the two pies. Here, all for you.
What is it?
It's a pie. It's really, really nice. You eat it. Now, I'll try some.
Okay. Do we have...
Galvox just holds out a spoon. Yeah. Giblet takes a spoon, which you notice is more like a spork because it has like some prongs on the end of it, and it's like,
Thanks.
and just begins aggressively just digging into the pie. Just
I,
Oh my god.
if
Yeah.
I can, I'm gonna have Chira just like go up to Avela and just give her a pat on the shoulder, say "Good job."
Brutal. Yeah.
Instead of a bonk.
I have
It's
to
a
say,
punk. It's the one rare time. Just good
She
job.
looks at you with a massive shit-eating grin, stars in her eyes, and people slightly younger than they could possibly be.
okay, don't let it get to your head. You did a pretty good job.
Like, you know, when you pet a puppy.
Just gonna ask the witch. Does she know of anything or have heard of anything that's something like this?
what was that?
I don't remember what's the witch's name. I'm sorry.
Dariana.
Dariana, do you know or heard of anything of something of that description that the child was explaining?
And I will have her roll lore magic. Ooh, and she got a 14. As she's sort of crossing her arms and thinking,
There are many potential things it could be. A lot of possible avenues. Unfortunately, there are too many for me to narrow it down to just one with what little we have.
Like
There-
a creepy ancient graveyard, sacred site.
Certainly sounding like an undead.
Or
Could be a
someone.
Yes.
phantom or a lich.
I
Good
doubt it
question,
would be a
Giblet.
lich. Liches don't often waste their time on, no offense, Galvox, such smaller prey. They set their sights larger, things that would shake far more than just a tiny plane.
Yes.
True. But
Either
quick question.
that, or they just want to be left the hell alone with their immortality.
still, the fact
Quick
that it was
question.
intangible and obviously not any kind of race around here.
Quick question, Giblet. Did you see the
Sure.
creature heading towards the graveyard, or at least somewhere north from here, after it took the guy?
No, it appeared in the northern watchtower.
It's obvious.
Mm.
The north, this burial site, this creature that very well sounds like an undead of some kind.
Or at least uses dark magic.
Then we have our next location.
The graveyard.
Yes, it appears so.
Great. Just
Dariana
what I want
then-
to do is
Dariana,
go to the
yep.
graveyard.
Dariana turns to Galvox.
With your permission, of course.
If there is a chance you can end the disappearances of my people and save those who have been taken, so long as you respect the burial grounds and don't disturb the dead, then yes, you have my permission to go there and investigate.
Thank you. We appreciate.
It is a couple of days' travel to the north, one to reach the edge of the forest, and another day to get through the forest. Be mindful, as the forest does have dangerous creatures dwelling within it. Most notably are the Sturges. And it becomes increasingly wet and swampy the closer you get to the base of the mountain, caused by snow melt running down the mountain sides and pooling at its base.
Well, as long as any of those creatures ain't snake-based, I should be fine.
Chira, you had a question?
Problem with snakes?
I wanted to just be really quick. Can I show Galvox the fishing rod and see if he knows
Oh
or
my
seen
God.
it?
Oh my god!
The rod!
So you say
Get it out of the way.
So yeah, you say Galvox and you pull out the fishing
Have you
rod.
s-
Galvox turns to you.
Yeah. Have you seen this rod before? Or do you know anything of it? If it's any significance?
Galvox looks at the fishing rod for a minute. It's a fishing rod.
Never mind.
I think you've been scammed with that rod.
No harm in asking. Listen, it'll come in handy if I don't get an answer. If I don't find out if it's cursed or not.
Fair enough.
Listen, Birdman, you can't just assume that it's just a fishing rod. You never know with things these days, okay?
As a point of order, if anyone has the mercantile skill, they can do that to try and identify what properties it might have.
If this was Rosa, I could do that. Essentially, because
I have mercantile.
oh,
Okay.
I don't have any, alright, if you want to.
I stick with a good old-fashioned spear to catch my fish, thank you.
Collie, do you want to take a look at this? You seem to know a lot of stuff about magic and stuff.
13.
Okay, 13. So, Callie, as you sort of take the fishing rod and you look it over in your hands for a second, you're not seeing anything particularly unusual about it. You study it thoroughly, looking for like runes or any kind of magic etchings or signs of unnatural durability, and you're not finding anything. And in the back of your head, you just hear faintly, "Heinous tool this."
Callie is going to try to keep a very straight face and just give it back to Chira. I don't think there's anything wrong with it.
God darn it.
You've been had.
So yeah, for clarification, in game terms, it's just a fucking fishing rod.
Okay, there you go. Well,
That roll was high enough to confirm it, and then I just decided to have Callie's avatar be a dick and troll you.
okay. Well, I'm just gonna go to Callie and say, well, thanks. Bonk. Callie's frustrated at this. Cheers frustrated at this point.
Bonk. All right.
It's not all bad.
Recap of someone who was
That brings us to
something up.
8 now, right?
I think so.
Okay.
What was he saying about what's at the bottom of the mountain to the north?
Swamp.
Yeah, it gets swampy.
So this ghostly figure, you're supposed to say like I don't know, a wraith, blending into shadows, to people.
Could be any number of things. Wraith, shadow, ghost.
Wraiths tend to stick around the place usually where they died, or at least in close proximity to their original body.
Well, most evil spirits work, I would thought.
If this
Unless
thing
they're
truly,
summoned.
unless possibly, if this thing truly is Elvon, or at least somewhat like me, then I don't know where it would have come from. There don't appear to be a whole lot of Elvon in this area.
Well, I think we'll find out to the north. Who are you gonna call? Us. It's us.
Yes.
We're the Ghostbusters.
A ghost what?
Find a ghost and bust it with love and great prejudice and a gun we probably found on the way.
I might be questioning that.
We're going to. I will defeat you with the power of love and friendship and this gun I found.
And pie.
Oh my god. So I guess we're leaving.
I get if that's what you want to do. And Galvox gives you a nod as you're going to make your exit. Good luck.
Giblet. Next time you're playing hide and seek, if you have any really dark clothes like black and stuff, that can really help hide you and blend you in. Camouflage, you know?
Okay.
Show them who's boss at hide and seek. Show the pie.
I did.
Yee.
As everybody's,
Gibbet.
See, someone appreciate the pie.
I mean, I did, just not shoved down my throat.
Yeah, whatever. He's
As
so tired.
as everybody's leaving, as
I
everybody's leaving
suppose you could rest on my shoulders for a while.
Yay.
Okay.
Narcoleptic.
as everybody's leaving the tent, Kali's the last one, and before she leaves, she just kind of rubs the brand on her cheek, just wondering what the hell this thing is they're going to be dealing with.
Okay.
And the brand just kind of glows a bit. And then she walks out.
Yeah. And as you're walking out, once again, in the back of your mind, you just hear just this little hiss of anticipation. All right. Now then, with that. So, you step out, and I assume start making your way to the north?
Yep.
All right. As
My cat on full alert, I guess.
Yep, as you go, a couple of goblins kind of briefly come up to you as you're going to offer wishes of good luck or what have you as you're going. They don't know necessarily what you're doing, but they sense you're probably trying to help them with good luck, take care, that sort of thing.
As we're leaving, are there any meat pies for sale?
You're not saying anything for sale. They don't have a market stall.
No meat pie.
They appear to have a more shared communal storage system rather than the monetary systems of Cornelia.
Avela gains +1 disappointment.
Well, anyway, and with that, you venture north out of the Goblin settlement and start making your way towards the mountain peak in the north. Your trek is largely made in silence, unless anyone has any conversations they want to have. Slowly but surely, however, the terrain begins to... The hills you'd been passing over since you left Cornelia had been very mild and gradual, just very slow inclines and then very slow declines, very gentle and rolling and very scenic. But the closer to the mountains you get, the more steep the slopes become and the more numerous. And you start to find more pockets of rocks here and there, little crops of stone, and the foliage becomes increasingly plentiful as you're going, not just yellow grass, but shrubbery and increasing numbers of trees as you get closer and closer to the base of the mountain. And the mountain itself, as you're getting closer, begins to loom increasingly high in the sky overhead. It is not the tallest mountain in the world, but it is tall enough to have a very pristine snowcap at its summit. Looking at it, you can't help but feel like this mountain peak is almost unnatural in its formation. Not unsettling or supernatural or anything, but just it's just one tall, kind of narrow, thin peak surrounded by a bunch of foothills and not attached to any other mountains. So how this place might have formed over the years via erosion and whatnot is not clear to you, but it's definitely an interesting structure. Or not structure, but interesting shape. As you are getting closer towards the base of the mountains, it is getting on towards sunset, and as you come over another steep hill, you see the edge of a dense forest. Not far ahead. A forest that completely encircles the mountain.
Maybe we should pack down for the night before we go into the dark, evil forest of ultimate doom. In the night,
I'm with the dragon girl. I'm done with walking.
Yeah. It'd be wise to rest up before the big fight I sense ahead.
All right.
Kind of a thing I thought of. They said that this thing just kind of did not care when this goblin guard stabbed the heck out of it, so you might need a heck load of magic coming up.
The impression I got was just that it was dodging.
I like to see
doubt
it
it was
dodge my
actually-
shockwave.
I doubt it was actually going intangible. It was probably just using the darkness to make it seem like it was.
Who knows if it's a ghosty ghost?
Yeah, for clarification for what I meant with the descriptions that were given, according to the eyewitness, it looked like whatever was attacking the goblin was just dodging really, really fast to the point you blink and he's just in a different spot.
I did gather that I was talking in character as a Vale based on what she interpreted.
Right.
Don't worry.
Yeah, it just sounds like maybe there was some misconception about the weapons phasing through him or something.
No, she was doing an anime dodge. It was doing an anime dodge. You can't hit your thing. Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much.
Anyway, if it is a ghost that needs busting, we need to do so in the day, because it probably hates the day more than the night.
I doubt you'll find it in the day.
Unless we find its lair, at which point we're probably screwed, but
I would suggest that we have a few of us stay up at night to keep a watch at least. Just in case.
You all just get your sleep. I'll watch over the night.
Oh, no. Not by yourself.
I advise we do shifts.
Fine, I'll stay up with her for a little bit.
There's no need.
Who says there's a need, and who says you get the choice?
I agree with this.
I agree with the Dragon Girl.
You're agreeing with me a lot. I feel so proud.
Don't
besides-
hold it. Don't take it too personally. I can still bonk you.
Oh, please do. I think it's actually
What?
adding a few IQ points.
And besides, I'd rather do the first shift. I especially owe it to you since I hit you with my
You'll
own
notice that
attack.
Kali's gone. She's just sitting on a rock.
If it's all the same to you, I'll take the first shift of her and you take the second. I'm probably too bouncy anyway. I can't see anything now.
Fair enough. I see no problem with that.
So the rest of you, go down, get some sleep, dream about Moogle sheep, Numo sheep, Ixal sheep. Do Ixal sheep fly?
What's this with all the whole sheep?
I don't know. Anyway,
Fair enough.
All right.
so
So,
Avela's go. As we're packing down, Avela's going to keep a distance from Carly until everyone's asleep.
okay.
Yeah, I could just see the Moogle still on the bird need.
Okay, so
Oh my
once
God.
everyone is bedded down, well, first things first. First thing is first. I need awareness checks for those taking watch.
That's
Yeah.
good. That's
Oh,
4 plus 13.
Nine.
9.
All right.
yes.
So 9 and a 13.
Yeah,
Interesting.
Because
All
right
right,
now I'm
so
in the dark and I'm trying to see everything.
all right, so your watch is uneventful. Just a chilly night, couple of clouds in the sky overhead, had a half moon looming up there, affording some very faint visibility. Not much, though. So, Avela, you were going to do something.
After keeping watch for a bit and ensure everyone else is asleep, she's going to slink over to Callie's brooding rock. And much like the previous night, is going to, no pie this time, but plonk herself down next to her. Kind of look up. Hi, me again. I know, I'm annoying, but
You should be more productive with your watch and watch another direction.
I'm being productive right now since, well, are you okay with, that passenger you've got there?
She's going to look very slowly, or... Excuse me?
That fight with the dogs, you kind of had an extra set of eyes. And then when we were talking about all the ghosts and the wraiths and the banshees and the spookies, you were kind of talking rather familiar and you mentioned something about it. So
You must have misheard me. And you must have been seeing things. There was no other eyes.
I may be a dance, but I'm not stupid. Please don't treat me like I am.
Take it however you want. There was nothing.
Put it this way, Amanda's gonna stand up. Her grin drops, her eyes suddenly piercing. Is it going to be a problem?
There's nothing there, so yes, there's no problem.
Your answer doesn't give me confidence, Carly.
I've given you my answer. If you don't like it, then leave.
A grin returns. You're not getting rid of me that easily, buddy. One's
Look,
still
if you're
down
not
next to
going
it.
to stand watch, then go to bed.
Oh, I'm watching. A little better than you, I think. You are distracted. Imagine your friend is probably speaking a lot in your head. Can't imagine it's titillating conversation.
There is no friend, and there is no one here talking but you.
If you say so.
Ooh.
Alright.
Vela takes the rest of the watch. Half keeping an eye on Carly as much as keeping an eye on the environment.
Give me a moment.
You lied to Alea. You got to see her serious face.
Lie.
Honey, are you there? You're muted.
So serious.
What makes you think there was lying?
Because you're
Does
a
that answer your
reaper.
question?
I know your class. I know what you are.
You know, Vela doesn't.
I know. But Avela has, well, figured, even if she doesn't know what you are.
Hades, I sent you a thing in Roll20 chat.
Oh.
Kali is going to close her eyes and just try to stay calm.
Right. Alright. So, who's doing second watch?
Yeah.
And the freaking Moogle still on.
Yes. So that. Are you just gonna sleep, or are you gonna join watch with me?
Obviously, I'm gonna join you. What do you think I'm on your shoulder for?
But of course.
Alright. Awareness checks, please.
Oh.
Like, Kali's still not going to bed, so do you want an awareness check from her as well?
You can keep your awareness check.
He's going to bed, but she's gonna take her a while to go to sleep, and she's
got 12.
still staring at Carly.
Alright,
So the fact is, Cheers, the only one that's got her like eyes closed, sleeping peacefully.
Oh, I took her out.
Alright, a 12 for
Well,
Madeline.
Granny needs her sleep.
Well, she's
Granny.
doing better than me. I got. Hang on. Where's my. Ah, here it is. Yep, she's definitely doing better than me. I only got 9.
9?
Wow.
Nine.
Is
Alright,
the dice
so.
being nice to me for once?
Apparently.
Alright,
Could
so.
there be something on my character's mind?
Alright, so. With that. So. Your watch passes uneventfully. You don't see anything particularly alarming or distressing. You're just a quiet watch as the moon slowly creeps across the sky. Who next?
Hang on, what was it, ours?
I had to close the door because the TV was loud.
It's okay. So, who's next on the watch rotation?
There's only one left.
Alright. Jira gets
Guess
last
I'll-
watch.
Alright.
I need an
Gets
awareness
up,
check from you,
stretches.
Mystic.
Okay.
Two
what did I do?
D6 on.
Ah.
It's okay.
It's okay, honey.
Mm-hmm.
It's okay.
2.
Better.
There
14.
There you go.
14.
The old lady is very aware, even when she just gets up.
All right, so Chira. Chira. So you take up your position in watch. Pleasant night, all things considered, and slowly but surely, the first turquoise yellow light of dawn starts to creep up along the horizon in the distance. The moon vanishes on the other side. Has Kali been staying up the entire night, by the way?
She kind of fell asleep like the last few hours before daylight.
Okay. So you like still sitting on the rock just asleep there, or did you actually go to a bed?
No, she just slept on the rock.
Okay, so yeah, so Chira, you can see the broody woman with the scythe sitting on a rock, snoring soundly.
It's just turning morning.
Yeah, it's dawn now. Your night passed without a threat.
Chira just gets up and kind of she doesn't bonk her. She just uses the other end of her staff and just kind of nudges her.
Kids, no, it's too early for mommy.
Kali, come on, wake up. Kali. You okay, dear?
Oh. Is it morning already?
It is. We got through the night with no issue. Seems like you didn't have a peaceful night, though.
I haven't had a peaceful night in years.
I'm sorry.
What?
I'm sorry that you have trouble sleeping.
It's not like you did anything. There's no need for your apology.
Nightmares are something we can't control, dear. I
Makes you
still
think
feel
I have
bad.
nightmares.
The way you woke up, but I could be assuming.
I would just also say that from that scream onwards, Avila has a single eye open, just staring at Kali again.
Is Avelia there too? Same spot? She's just over there.
No, she's at camp. She just has.
Oh, okay.
She has that stupid Avela sense.
Okay.
Well, also you screamed. Look her up.
That is true.
It wasn't a scream. It was a gasp. There's a difference.
It was a very shrill gasp.
Mm-hmm. So.
What the hell?
So, anything show up?
No, it was a peaceful night, thank God. Nothing attacked us, so we should be able to move on forward.
Right. You should wake the others.
You're not coming?
It probably wouldn't be.
Everybody, wake up!
Alright.
And the job is done. You're welcome, Jira.
I was gonna say my character's already making going ahead, but fair enough.
Yeah, and the Moogle kind of got little spooked when he
Okay,
yelled.
so yeah, Madeline, you're startled awake when you suddenly hear Avila shouting, "Wake up!" and you like do a little backflip inadvertently in the air as your aerially buoyant body just kind of floats up.
Before Chira just goes over, gripping her staff, aiming for the little dragon girl, she just tells Kali, if you ever need someone to talk to, You can talk to me, but I'm not gonna force you. Then she just starts slowly walking over to the dragon girl, really grouchy. It's early in the morning. Why are you screaming?
You wanted to wake people up. I only did what you said.
You know, if my character picked up on that, he's probably wondering what the fuck's that.
I feel a bonk coming.
Is she going to attempt the bonk?
No. I'm gonna ask something.
Oh.
I'm actually a bit hungry, Avela. Can I have a pie?
I just happen to have one left. And as she kneels down next to Numo and gets the pie, he's going to whisper into her ear, keep an eye on Kira. She's not telling us everything.
You mean Kali?
Kira, I'm leaning down next to Kira to give the pie.
Yeah. You're leaning down next to Kira, and then you said, keep an eye on Kira, and I'm sitting here like, that ain't right.
I mean, Kali.
I say, where is the Kira coming from? I have a character named Kira. I've just never used her with you.
Is she and Kira takes. Go on.
Anyway, she said, keep an eye on Carly. She's not telling us everything, and I think she has something of a passenger.
I understand your worry, but when she wants to tell us, she'll tell us. We'll keep an eye on her for now, but I'm not going to force her to talk. Understand?
So long as you're keeping an eye on it. I'm kind of worried about her, and about it.
I worry about you, too.
Dear Grandma, you worry about everyone.
Don't tell me that when I've noticed a few things about you, dear. Now.
What, how I'm a hyperactive ball of whatever that is kind of hiding my inner dark sides?
Sure.
It's fine. And he's gonna kind of happily ball her hand into a fist and gently bonk her on the head instead.
Oh, really?
And then walk off before she has a chance to retaliate.
Hold on, Avelia. You still didn't
I
listen to
agree
me.
to go to the forest. Over here, you know, forest.
Chira just takes the pie and then just, like, puts it on the ground and just takes her staff and just goes bump on the pie.
You attack the pie?
Oh!
Yes.
She splatters the pie with her staff.
Yeah, you can see a really.
Does that count?
Were you going to use? What I wanted to know was, were you going to attack Avela with the pie? Were you like in a?
I was, but then she walked off.
Hold on. Do I see her lifting her staff about to hit the pie?
You walked off. I don't know.
You walked off. Your back's turned.
Can I roll a perception check or awareness?
Roll a d6.
You want to save the pie?
So I kind of want to save the pie, and I have a way to do it.
On a 1, 2, 3,
5.
you do not
I
see.
swear to
You
God.
rolled a 5?
5. Yeah.
Okay, you kind of hear like this little huff of irritation from Chira, and you look back just in time to see like her lifting her staff up to destroy the pie.
As she's kind of doing that, I'm going to, as a brief distraction, going to use throw stone.
You still have that?
Yeah, he took fundaments.
And slipping out of my bag that spontaneously there, a pie, a small little tiny pork pie that is so bloody stale it's practically rock hard, and it's just going to lightly bonk her with it. And then while she's distracted with that, going to slip in, take the pie back, and run.
Stone pie.
Okay, so here's the thing. Throw stone deals 1d6 points of unmitigated damage to the recipient. I need you to roll a d6, Tom.
Yeah, you. Yeah. And there's a very pissed off.
3.
Chira, you take 3 points of damage as a tiny little pork pie splats into your face.
I think while she's reeling, I take the pie and run.
All right. And by the time you wipe the pie out of your eyes, you look up and you see Avela is sprinting away, clutching the pie you are about to destroy in her hands like a baby.
You Little. Ugh. Kids these days are.
Even though my scavenge one wasn't as good as the last one, this is amusing.
I'm going
Just prevented a murder. And you are dead, my friend.
Set up
Your
my
pies won't save you. Your pies will not save you.
Yeah.
This is
also,
Kira shaking her staff.
Tom, I need you to make a force check. Or finesse,
that
rather.
finesse?
I need you to make a finesse check, Tom.
I had to step away for a bit. What happened?
Yes.
I got splatted with a pie.
No, it was a pie. Pork pie so stale. It was
And I
rock hard.
lost. And I lost 3 HP.
Uh-oh.
Finesse check.
Grandma's pissed.
What's this finesse check?
Just roll finesse.
Oh great. He saved this stupid pie.
4, 8, 9, 10.
10. You fail by 1.
Wait,
What?
what?
So,
He
as
failed?
you are running with the pie, Avela, there is suddenly a around you, and you are afflicted with stop and locked in place.
Oh!
And then as you're stuck there, frozen, you just see Dariana come up from your left with this groggy, grumpy expression. She takes the pie from your hands,
Damn kids.
goes back to Chira, hands you the pie,
Eat up.
goes
She wasn't
back.
going to eat it. She was going to destroy it.
I don't know what you're talking about. This child just merely took my pie and then tried to splat me with it.
I saw everything. Do as you will with it.
I feel like there's incredible bias and grumpiness, and I hate all of you.
You are still frozen.
Well,
She would say if she
Can't.
was capable. She's thinking it.
Yeah. So yeah. After that, Dariana just comes up to you, Avela, one more time.
In case you hadn't noticed, some of us are old. And we need our sleep. And we don't much care for young little ones like you giving us bollocks. So,
She kind of pinches your cheeks and gives them a little wiggle.
get your shit together
Claps your cheeks a couple times.
and don't waste hours.
Clap, clap on the cheek. Walks past you and then stop wears off.
Some of us need to find a reason in life to actually laugh, you know?
Chira's just giggling at what happened. Thank you for doing that.
You're welcome, and Dariana thinks is
You're welcome. Been too long since I've got to put a whippersnapper in their place.
It's the best, isn't it?
Right?
Yeah, no, so there's a very pissed off Moogle above freaking Avela.
Oh boy.
Oh, what is Madeline doing?
Yeah, she has little crossed arms and looks very pissed.
Not intervening, but just observing with anger.
Not yet.
Okay.
How much angst in this party, honestly.
And what about Ixavan and Callie? What are you two doing as you're watching this happen? Because you've seen all of this entire exchange.
Well, I did say my character got up a bit early to scavenge, and it was a 7, and I sent you a message.
Well, don't forget I'm on
So-
Do Not Disturb, so.
I know, but
So Ixavan was.
And no, you do
Yeah.
not
No,
find
fuck
that
you.
with a 7, I am afraid. Also, Scavenge would not even be the right skill for finding that.
no, basically he was scavenging for food as always, but he came across something he doesn't want to.
No.
As like, what's a fail?
No, afraid not, sorry.
Okay.
Kali.
And Kali is just looking over her shoulder at this and has a slight, very slight smile.
Smile at what? Just everything that happened?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Take the victory. Chira.
Hmm.
May I please have the pie back so we don't waste food on a journey where we're gonna need the food? Please.
Well.
Thank you.
With such proper manners, you're actually learning, so I'll oblige. Here's the pie. Just one thing. Bonk. Don't wake me up early in the morning.
Can I try and catch that mid-bonk?
You may not.
Ah.
That would be 9.
I will get the witch to stop you again, and I'll just bonk you right there. You can't stop it at that point.
You can't stop the bonk.
Alright. Onward.
Alright, so with that little incident now resolved, do you all pack up your shit and keep moving?
Yeah.
Alright. So, following that incident, you all get your shit together. Your items and your equipment, and you set off into the woods. And at first, during the first hour or so of venturing into the forest, it's very pleasant and very scenic to look at. Just very charming and very nice. But the deeper in you go, the denser it becomes. The trees start to get increasingly clustered and large. The canopy becomes denser as more and more leaves and boughs overlap, casting the forest into increasingly deep shadow. And with all of the thick entanglements and the shrubbery and the dense foliage hindering your footpath, you have officially entered into difficult terrain. For the duration of your journey through this forest, there will be the following penalties. You will suffer a -2 penalty to melee accuracy checks, a -4 to ranged accuracy checks, and a -2 penalty to certain skill checks. However, due to the increasing darkness and the obfuscation of the environment, stealth rolls will gain a +4 bonus. Force and finesse checks are unaffected. So, with all of that, we enter into the first leg of your journey into this forest. So, I would like everyone to roll a nature check for me, please.
Oh, that's a high number. Okay, with this one up on mine, it's
Nature.
This one will not suffer the skill check penalty.
Neutral.
I rolled a 12.
All right, that's a success.
Not
All
good.
right.
6.
Nothing.
All right, an 8 from Hades. That's a fail. A 10 from Chira. That's a success. A 7
I have
from
nothing on that one.
You don't have anything in nature?
No.
All right, then 7 from Madeline. That is a fail. Let's see here. Dariana needs to make her roll. Where's her nature? Huh. Oh, there it is. All right, so. That is an 8 from Dariana. That is a fail. So, Avela and... Avela, Chira, and I believe Ixivan? I believe you all rolled above a 10, right?
I rolled a 6.
Oh, a 6.
10 exactly.
Okay, then just Chira and just Chira and Ixivan then. Hold on a second, my cursor has disappeared. There we go. All right, so Chira and Ixivan are the only ones who passed. So, for the rest of you, as you are trekking deeper and deeper into the woods. Okay. At one point, as you're venturing, let's see here. Let's go with Avela. She seems like the sort who would find it first. As you are moving deeper in, your feet trying to find purchase in this dense shrubbery, your foot hits what looks to just be mossy ground, only for it to give way under you with this wet, and you plunge waist deep into some sort of water. And the moment you do, you feel a burning on your legs. You're out of the sort of loud shout, and everyone else who rolled a fail on that. What is your magic armor, please?
Oh. Fuck.
All right, I can just check it myself. Or I can just check it myself. So, Avela, your magic armor is 8.
Yeah.
So you take 24 points of water damage. Let's see here. Callie also takes 24 points of water damage. Let's see here. Ixavon succeeded. Madeline, I believe, failed. So Madeline also 24.
Would it really matter with Madeline considering she floats?
We went through this though. They still
Yeah.
because the floating doesn't count.
Yeah, that's for earth elemental damage. And Dariana, I believe, failed. So Dariana takes 26 points of water damage. So what winds up happening is a bunch of you, as you're stepping, Avela is first. Her foot comes down, and she kind of stumbles into this burning water. Callie, you're kind of like not far behind. You see this happen just as your own foot finds the same moss, and you plunge in. And what winds up happening to Madeline and Dariana is the two of you go to like try and help the others out. And as you're jumping in to sort of do that, you can feel the burning on your skin under, through like your fur and your clothes as you're hauling your burning companions out back up onto dry land.
This is a fun place. I didn't exactly intend to go swimming. I didn't pack a suit for it.
Now is not the time for jump.
So calmly, like it's burning, and you're just like, I didn't plan on going swimming.
Yeah.
This is exactly time for jokes, because ow.
There you go. That's better.
Indeed. And furthermore, as you're kind of looking down at the bits of your body that were submerged, you see just little bits of purple algae just kind of sticking to you that seem to be the source of the burn.
Can we get
He'll clear it off.
Yeah, it's easy enough to clear it off. It seems like it's causing the water to be acidic and poisonous, but it doesn't seem to do much to you when it's on you once the water, dries and is taken away. So it hurts, it burns, but you managed to evade the worst of it.
Are we in darkness, just like not hearing this, or we just?
You two saw this happen, and you managed to stay back without falling into the water yourselves, and you managed to sort of jump in and help the others out if that's without taking damage.
Wait, can I use my fishing rod to fish them out?
Sure, we can let you do that.
Oh god.
Come on, I've had a use for this stupid thing. Let me do it.
Yeah, sure, okay, yeah. You use your fishing rod, and that helps you get the other, Avela out. It's like Indiana Jones being pulled out of a vat of quicksand with a snake.
Best rescue mission ever.
Comes in, she kind of looks at the hook, kind of deadpan looks at the Moogle, gives the hook to someone else, then just jumps out. She can do that.
I'm crying right
Oh my god.
She takes the hook and hooks it onto Callie's armor.
Wait, what?
Oh no.
Wait, Tom, repeat that?
Callie was one of the ones who fell in, yes?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. As in, as we're being fished out, Avela doesn't take it because she can just jump out, and she does so. So she kind of takes the hook, looks deadpan at the Moogle, and then hooks it onto Callie's arm and then jumps out.
Why Callie?
What?
Because Callie has the armor to do so.
And also, if literally, all you hear when Madeline is being pulled out, all you hear is like a squeak come out of her.
Yeah. So everyone's out then.
Yeah, everyone's out. It was only one-time environmental damage.
I'm gonna go to Ixavon and just go up to him and with the fishing rod. I said, "See, this wasn't a scam."
Ariana, do you think you could have a round of that white magic stuff?
I think I can manage something to that effect, sure.
Alright, and she is going to, real quickly... Let's see here. 1, 2, 3. She's going to cast Cure 4 times.
Well, that's quite an incredible ward, I must admit.
that'll be-
I wasn't expecting one of us to be fished out.
I'll fish that all 4 of you. I'm so... I really honestly thought that fishing rod was just gonna be garbage and I wasn't gonna care. Then he does that analogy and in my head just all the gears are turning. Fishing rod.
Yep.
Alright. 31 HP back to all those who were harmed by that.
Oh my god. So, Kali is going to look very annoyed and go, okay, what the hell is with this place?
It's a dark, spooky forest to do. I kind of went over this.
Anyone have an answer that's actually helpful?
If anyone has lore general or lore magic, you can make a check on that.
I have lore pie.
I have summon magic I could try.
Oh my gosh. I literally have tears in my face. It's so funny.
Yeah, I know. I had the same thing. Okay. Yeah, I wasn't expecting it to be a good one though.
Yeah. You're looking around at it, Shira, and you're not really able to parse anything.
Apologies, my knowledge in magic isn't as good as it used to be.
Anyone else want to make a roll?
I don't think nobody else has magic.
Doesn't oh no, we don't know what if she has that. I was gonna ask the witch, but
I mean, Dariana does, but I'm letting the players take a swing at it first because it's supposed to be your guys' show.
Yeah.
So it's half healing magics. So...
Well, shit.
we have
Okay.
Dariana.
Dariana rolled absurdly high. She rolled. She got a total of 15.
Okay.
Because she has 5 in her lore magic, and she rolled a 6 and a 4. That together adds up to 15.
So tell us.
Nice.
I think that adds up. Yeah, that adds up to 15. So Dariana, as she's sort of looking at the water, her eyes narrow. She sort of fishes out her staff, lowers the butt of it in, and lifts it back up to get a better look at some of the algae and the way it burns at the wood.
This algae is not natural.
Okay, it's not a natural formation.
Whatever has taken roost here, whatever dark enemy we're dealing with, it's corrupting the area around its home.
She rises back to her full height.
We must needs proceed with care.
Continuing north then.
Yeah. Carrying on.
Carrying on.
Carry
All right.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Just
You
be
press.
cautious, I
All right.
guess.
You press on deeper into the woods, and now that you know what to look for with these pools of poisonous water, you're able to avoid the worst of them, kind of testing the ground ahead of you before you step in a lot of the time. Your pace is slowed by this, but you're able to avoid plummeting in anymore. As you are proceeding, everything continues to get darker overhead as more and more foliage and the canopy blocks the sunlight. And it is getting increasingly hard to see, but you press on regardless. The air is getting thick with some sort of mist, gaseous emissions from the plants around you, and it's starting to smell not great. It's definitely swampy as you're getting further in. The chieftain was not kidding about that. And the smell is increasingly intense, pungent, and damp.
To help us not lose our way, can I start jumping from high point to high point?
Go ahead and make an athletics check. Because you have the jump ability, I won't impose a penalty on this. But the benefits this will give you will be limited.
If I can ask a question. I don't know if it's gonna matter. You said it's dark and misty.
It is dark and there is a lot of mist. Yes.
I was gonna say like my crystal ball has like a glowing property, but I don't know how well that's gonna actually work with mist. Is it?
It won't necessarily help you see through the fog, but it will let you see through the dark a bit better. So I assume you want to activate that?
Yeah, just keep everybody around. We know we're see
All right.
each other at least.
All right, so, and as you are going, eventually it's getting so dark that you can't see, and you're like, "Ah, enough of this," and you tap the bottom of your staff on the ground a couple times, and the crystal ball starts emitting this bright white light, allowing you to see, I'd say, about 30 feet in any given direction before the light either gets swallowed up by the dark or obfuscated by the mist.
Okay.
So you have some limited visibility that helps you see where you're going and what you're doing, but it is still dark.
Mm-hmm.
Now, if someone would be so kind, so go ahead and roll awareness checks, everyone.
Okay.
Got it.
Did that 9 help at all, by the way?
Your athletics?
Ow.
Yeah.
You managed to keep from getting lost, but otherwise you don't really speed up your pace any with that.
The dice really hate me today.
Yeah, Dariana didn't roll so great. She got a 7.
9.
For awareness. For awareness, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Alright, I was making sure.
It's all good.
Really quickly, velocity. Does that only affect attacks, that one?
Velocity?
Oh wow.
Ability.
All right, let me double check velocity.
I think Kyra had that one set.
Velocity. The Dragoon's critical hit rate is improved by 1. Thus, when using a single reach weapon, the attacks on the Dragoon will result in a critical hit on a roll of 10. Yeah, that's only on attacks.
Still a good roll anyway. It's because I got a 5 and a 6, so plus.
So no,
3.
that's only for attacks. Sorry.
12, 13, 14.
14.
Excuse
So,
me.
all right. So no one got a 15, is what you're telling me.
Nope.
Which is what we probably needed.
In this particular situation, I'm afraid so.
That's a really extreme skill check for level 3.
Well,
we were close. I was close.
I rolled a 5 and a 6. I think it's a critical success.
well, as it is, as you are proceeding deeper into the woods, for a while, you seem to be moving along at a good pace without any issues. You think you're making good progress, and then, who's in front?
Probably Avela.
So I mean, if Avelia or maybe Chira, she's got the glowing staff, so like they can kind of
Actually,
see where they're going.
Chira probably being in front would probably be the good idea.
Okay, so
Avela's
Chira.
above, jumping from tree to tree.
All right, so Chira is in front. Like, just give me a marching order in general here, with an understanding that there is a lot of water on the ground.
I guess me up
Right.
front with the
Chira-
glowing staff.
Yep, Chira up front with the glowing
Technically, Avela's
staff.
second, but again, she's above.
Yeah.
Okay, Avela is second, but in the trees. Where's Callie positioning herself?
She's in the back.
All right, Ixavan.
Darkness.
Okay.
Mute at the moment.
Darkness,
Oh
our
my
old
God.
friend.
Oops, saw him back.
So, nope.
Where are you in the marching order, Darkness?
In the marching order, I would say he would be taking the front, if that's possible.
All right, so you're
Well,
with
you're on the
so
right.
you're up with Chira. All right,
And
Mhm.
Lou.
and Madeline,
Yeah, I'm probably the front.
go where?
front.
All right, so you're
Everybody- So everybody's just crowding Chira in the front except Collie. There you go.
and
Stay in
Dariana
the
will.
dark.
Yep, and Dariana will be in back with Kali, and I'll just park Avela sort of in the middle. All right, there is our
Trying to get
marching
us out of
order
that.
then. So, and as you are
combat encounter.
so as you are proceeding, there is a moment where the trio in the front, like specifically Chira, because of your or Madeline rather, Madeline and Avela, because of your high rolls, while they're not high enough to prevent what happens, there is a moment as you're proceeding where you think you hear something moving. Then you look up just in time to see sudden swarms of creatures coming down from the branches overhead. Insects. Flying down all at once. And we get a combat encounter where the enemy got a surprise round on you. Because unfortunately, no one rolled high enough. So,
We all had to make like critical successes for that.
if anyone rolled a 15, it would have mitigated the fact that this is designed to be a surprise encounter.
Yeah.
All right.
That's my point. 15 was extremely high for our level.
Well, regardless.
Well, we're in a dark, spooky forest where we can't see anything.
And, the Sturges had that +4 to their stealth, so.
Oh.
All right, so. I'm just going to take a second.
Honey.
Give me a moment.
Am I going, or am I just...
No, there's bees.
I'm sorry, I've just got lost in the music. I'm not...
All right, so. The first swarm of Sturges is going to come down on the lamp, because lamp.
Yeah, that makes sense. Damn it.
All right, so just as a heads up, these are swarm enemies, like the wolf packs you fought before. There are 12 Sturges per swarm. So, this Sturge is going to... It is going to make an attack roll against you, Chira.
Oh dear.
Oh boy.
Oh no.
Your avoidance is 6. It does not hit. It rolled a 1 and a 2, and its accuracy bonus is 1. So as the swarm is coming down and trying to get bites on you, you're like just start swinging your staff around wildly. Get back, you bastards! But that's okay, because there's another swarm, and it comes in because lamp.
Oh no.
Lamp.
Oh my god.
Because lamp.
The lamp.
Lamp. I love how you say it.
Lamp.
All right, this one gets a hit because I rolled a total of an 8. So,
Okay.
this will be... The die will stop rolling. Okay, so this will be a total of 12 damage to you, Chira, and that's after all calculations. And I need you to make an opposed force check against them.
Are they trying to poison?
Yes. You need to roll higher than a 7.
So, is it just like roll d6 and then whatever my force is?
Yep, roll 2d6 and add your force.
Okay.
And we lost darkness.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Nobody's give me that. No! Ah, that thing's gross.
Silent Edge! Yes, I remember that meme! Oh, critical success. Nice.
Critical success. Nice.
All right.
Son.
So, so as these Sturges are coming around and like poking you all over the body, trying to stab you and drink your blood, and they are leaving little marks and doing some damage, you sort of like keep like squishing around yourself, like get off, you little bastards! And they manage to avoid being poisoned.
Oh, thank God.
Let's see here. This next swarm
Oh
is,
my God.
is going to come over here. It can only get in close enough to attack Ixivon.
Oh, goody.
Oh no, baby.
Sting the Birdman.
So
Whose
that
side are
will
you
be
on?
an 8 to hit, which hits. All right. So, oh boy,
Oh, wait. 8 to hit. What's his avoidance?
6.
And that's still only. Alright.
All right. So you take. Let me see here. Numbers. You take 21 points of damage, Ixivon. And I need you to also make that opposed force check. You need to roll higher than a 10.
Okay.
Good luck, honey.
Thank you.
I was just being sarcastic.
Roll
I know.
8 and your force.
It's 11.
All right, a total of 11? Okay, so you managed to avoid being poisoned.
Oh, wait, hang on. You said force.
Yes.
I said force.
Force?
Yeah, you
Okay.
add the force.
Use the force. It's 13.
13. Then yeah, you avoid being poisoned.
Oh.
And one more swarm of Sturges is going to come flying down, but can't quite get close enough to attack anyone.
Everyone move back.
Which now makes it the party's turn. So, who would like to go first?
I would.
Bugs!
I would.
I gave them all a warning to move back.
I mean,
I'm about to
Well,
shake the
that.
place.
Well, if you want to do that first.
Yes, but before that, I would like it if people move before I accidentally hit them. It hits them too.
Hmm.
In short
you need
range.
to be in a short range, which is what?
And there's
1-3?
quite a few people in short range. I don't
Well,
want to
I
hit.
mean, I could do something. It just says all the enemies.
Yeah, but
I mean,
Savannah's going to do something that hits a local area, which means it will hit you too if you are in range when he does it. So.
Yeah, think of what happened to Hades. That's what
No.
I'm gonna do.
No, that's why I was like trying to say like I can go first, like do that move, but if whatever.
I mean, Hun can do her thing, and then she can still move
she
and
can.
get out of the way.
It's
later.
fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, you go ahead and do what you do, honey.
Only if you're okay with that, Darkness.
It's perfectly fine.
And then I'll just get out of your way because Shira knows better to
I
be
mean,
near you
it's
with your
short-
attacks.
It's short range, and I figure out range. Let's
Okay.
see.
Yeah, everybody within this circle needs to get out of the way. So yeah, Chira and Madeline will need to get out of the way.
Okay.
Yep.
You know what?
Oh, that's a thing.
That looks like it's a bit long for what I...
Yeah, it's a bit.
Hold on.
That's not a short range.
That's more than a
I was
short
gonna hit the middle group here.
Okay.
So effectiveness.
There we go. That's more like it. Anything inside that circle, that yellow circle there, if I assume you guys can see that?
I can't see any.
I can't.
I can't.
Yeah, we
I can
cannot
see
see
it.
circle.
Well, allow me to fix that then.
He's gonna
Go
draw
ahead.
it. Okay, no,
Okay.
there you go. Okay.
Yeah, Chira just is the one that.
But yeah, as long as you're not gonna be in range of that, which would move over here, because I'm gonna hit them right in the middle for effectiveness.
Ixavon
You'd
could
be
also
fine.
just move. Ixavon could also just move to the other side of them.
You could.
Well, but I just imagine him just slamming down right into this group, and it's just gonna hit them all,
Alright.
Well, I mean, again, Hun, you go
except
first.
for this one.
All right.
But go ahead.
I'm going to cast Meteorite on.
Ooh.
All right. Are
This
you
place.
using your once per combat swift cast, or are you holding that?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. No, I'm gonna use it.
All right.
Does that just hit one group, or is that hit all?
Do I need to
Hit
move
them
a
all.
little bit?
I think he has to. Might look into it because it just says damage to all enemies. At least that's what I have for the spell.
Let me
effect. I don't know if
double
it's-
check
Yep.
meteorite here. Meteorite.
Yeah.
That is a time magic spell. Yes.
That's not. A,
Yes.
Okay. Yes.
second. Not a
Meteorite. Yes. It tears us. Crashes into all enemies. Power times 3 plus 2d6 points of non-elemental damage. So yes.
Bring
so-
down the swarm.
And these are group enemies, so it does double. Or does it do double, or does it just do normal? Because I know if it's
I'm
a
kind of thinking that the way we can start ruling that in the future is, if you want to hit multiple groups, it'll do flat normal damage. But if you focus on one group, then it will do double. That way, it gives you an option, and it's not necessarily overpowered.
And then it should just be power times 3 and then plus 2d6. That's it.
Yep.
Yes.
And do you want to hit every single group or focus down on one group? If you focus on one group with your meteorite, it'll do more damage to that group, but the other groups will be unharmed.
I'm probably gonna say all of them because if Ixaban's gonna do whatever move, it might be better to do that.
All right.
Yep. Let's weaken the numbers. Let's
Alright,
sum them up.
Roll that damage.
Teamwork.
All right, 28. 28 minus their magic armor.
Also, I forgot. I have like also something that would make it so I don't get hurt by Ixalan. I keep forgetting I have an ability.
Oh wait, yeah.
I forgot.
She technically can have auto flight whenever she wants, and his attack does earth damage, doesn't it?
Does it? Shockwave. Does Shockwave do earth damage?
1 second. Job, monk, shockwave.
Found it.
Yep, it's earth damage.
Power.
It is earth damage.
Then
So-
it can't hurt those things.
Sure doesn't even have to be bothered with it.
Oh yeah, that's
It can't-
right.
I am
Shockwave
Tesla.
won't hurt these things because they're flying.
Oh well, good thing.
Well, it's a good thing we said that now.
Either way, so like
Alright.
Ixalan, you're like,
Well.
hold on, I'm gonna do a thing that'll hurt them, and Cheer's like, are you fucking stupid? They're flying. It won't do shit. And then you just drop a rock on their heads. All right, so. All right, give me a second here.
No, take your time.
Yeah, but do I need to move?
I think you're good because if it was still like he was able to do that move, I think he would have been fine from the circle. I can see it.
Like, you can move if you want to. You still have a movement action, but if you want to stay where you are, you can. Anyways, the meteor that you come bringing down, like you lift your staff up into the air, the white glow coming from the crystal ball turns red for a minute, and then you all hear this, and you look up just as this flaming hole is torn in the canopy overhead as a chunk of flaming rock flies down and hits the ground, I'd say somewhere back here-ish. And the detonation leaves, for one thing, it leaves a crater, and it sends shards of flaming shrapnel into the various groups of Sturges. And each group loses a total of 4 members.
As those members fall, Vela's heading towards this group over here, and she's just gonna make a lance lunge for the nearest one.
Alright, well, give me a second. I'm drawing in the crater. Because you'll find that as you guys do damage to the environment, I do tend to reflect it in the map.
Deviant Court found that out.
Yeah, Deviant Court was the first time I really did that in Campaign 1 with just... Oh, man. Oh, God, that is not what that is supposed to be. I want...
Hey, Tom.
Yeah?
Does Avela have ferocity?
No.
Alright, just wondering.
Oh jeez. I'm just gonna have also Chira just move. I'll wait till the crater's done being drawn.
Alright, crater is drawn.
Okay.
Yeah, if you want to move, hon, you can.
I'm just gonna move back here with the witch.
All
That's
right.
it. I'm done.
Alright. So, Chira has gone. Avela was next, I believe.
Stabbing.
Accuracy check, please.
Stabby.
And don't forget, you're going to suffer a -2 penalty to this because it is dark.
9.
9. A 9 just misses.
Ah.
So you go for a thrust, and the swarm sort of parts around the thrust. You're like, shit.
Debuff is going to be a pain in the ass.
For purposes, just because Chira does have a light that she is projecting with her glowing radius, I'll go ahead and create a aura there. So anything
thank
with
you.
it, so anything that is fully within that aura will not have the darkness penalty. That particular
It'd be
environmental
useful to
penalty.
know 5 minutes ago.
Just
Yeah.
barely.
Sorry.
Yeah. So but like if you're attacking something that is outside of that aura, you'll still have the penalty. So if you and your target are both within the aura of light, you're good. And because Ixalan, I get the impression, isn't going to be doing shockwave, I'm going to remove his shockwave radius now. All right.
So what will the Birdman do?
Well, I'm looking at my options to see if there's other ways to hit him multiple times.
His big AoE is useless against those that fly.
It's kind of a contradiction since he's kind of like a bird person and he can't fly himself. So.
Yeah.
Poor Ixal, the flightless birds that yearn for the sky. Well, while Ixavan is looking at his options, how about we turn to Kali?
Yep.
Yeah.
What will you do?
Well, might as well just run for it. She's gonna run right over here to this one by Madeline, and is going to attempt to slice.
All right, accuracy check, please. 13. That hits.
So
And yeah, you don't even have to worry about the penalty. Though this damage will be halved because it is a swarm.
Fair enough. Just making sure of my damage here. This weapon is tier 2, so it's power times 2.
Your weapon deals fire damage, right?
Duh.
Okay. Axe the half damage part because it'll get redoubled back to normal.
They take fire damage?
They take double damage from fire.
Yay!
Oh my
I mean, of
god.
course, they're insects.
All
They
right,
must burn.
so let's see here. So, I'm trying to figure out how to do numbers. All right, so there's like 2 left, maybe like 3 left in that swarm. As you bring your scythe around, it lights up briefly with flames, briefly illuminating everything around you like the meteor did with this orangey glow. And as your blade carves through the swarm, a bunch of them light fire and then light their friends on fire. And that particular swarm gets tiny.
Wow. I was looking at martial arts, but I'm not sure.
Martial arts. Let's see here.
I mean, that's your innate ability. Every time you punch something, you just get a combo point.
Yeah, which it looks like I'm gonna go with the claws and slice and dice.
All right. Make an attack roll then, my good lad. Which one are you attacking?
Let's see, which one has the these two over here. So this one here in the middle.
All right.
Although that one there as well. I'm gonna go with that one.
All right. One on the right.
then.
Yep.
All right.
Roll that accuracy, lad.
Come on,
Yeah,
accuracy.
it is outside of the glow from Chira's staff, so your
Oh.
attack will suffer a -2 penalty to your accuracy.
Ah, is it? It's just. touching it.
It's just barely outside. It's still far enough outside that you're gonna suffer that penalty though. But still, you can attack the other one and not have that penalty though.
I think I'm gonna do the smarter option then.
All right.
Right,
They have
go
basically
roll.
the same HP right now anyway, so.
Okay, okay. And what is the avoidance?
10.
10.
10. Ah, just under 1.
Did you roll a 9?
Again, yes. What is with the 9s?
All right.
Too many 9s.
All right. So yeah, you go for if you rolled a 9, that
hello.
just misses.
But yeah.
So you're going for a punch, and the swarm just kind of just sort of parts around your punch. All right. Madeline, your last up before Dariana gets her turn on the NPC part. So, what do you wish to do? Ari,
Alright.
you're muted.
She's muted.
Nope. I need to go to the bathroom quickly. I'll be right back.
Okay.
Ari. We appear to have lost him.
Ari / undecided, where art thou?
Where is our Moogle? Our grouchy Moogle.
You have another one that's not ready until the next campaign, so.
I know, but that one's gonna be cheerful. Kill them with cuteness, hon.
You do that every time we do Aeon's voice.
I wanted to do Kupo at the end of every sentence. I've loved Moogles a lot since when I got into Final Fantasy when I was young. I don't know why, I just fell in love with Moogles.
I mean, they are adorable, so it makes sense.
There will be many Kupos.
Say the line, hip hip hooray Kupo.
Hip hip hooray, Kupo!
I think Ari is gone.
Moogle sibling, Kupo! Come back, Kupo! Kupo!
It's so adorable, I can't
So tell me, Tom, how many Kupos does it take to melt the heart of a British man?
It's already sludge. What are you talking about?
Kupo!
It was sludge the first time you. Oh man!
Don't stop it and stop it at the same time. You're destroying it.
Cassandra talks so good about you, Kupo! You're friends with Aeon, Kupo!
I come back to cuteness. I hate it.
Ari!
Ari!
Kupo!
Nice to have you back. It's your turn.
Yeah.
Aeon has appeared out of some sort of universal portal and has murdered everything with adorable.
I was literally just getting chips and everything, but no.
Nice. It is your turn to attack the bees.
Or do whatever it is you wish to do.
Oh no. Why is my thing on full screen? What the fuck?
I don't know. And here I am right now, updating the battle playlist live.
Do it live!
I just took the opportunity while we were waiting to discuss, we've lost a lot of battle tracks to copyright, might as well add some more.
Get off full screen, you mother... Why are you... Get off full screen, please. Get off full screen. Thank you. Anyway... Oh my god, I guess I have tabs open. Okay, what are we doing?
You are fighting Sturges. And it is your turn. You're the last one who has to go before it goes to the NPCs, namely Dariana.
Do you wish to
As a quick recapitation of what's happened so far, Chira exploded a meteor, which made that crater up in the north there, which did a lot of damage to a bunch of these things. The one that is directly in front of you, this one here, has suffered significant damage thanks to Callie's blade revealing that they take double damage from fire as she cut through them. And Ixivon tried to punch one, but it parted around his fist because these things have high avoidance, namely 10.
Alright.
And as a quick environmental reminder, anything that is outside of that yellow circle being emitted from Chira, if you or your target are outside of that circle, the difficult terrain penalties of the shadowy environment will be applied. But if it's within that environment, then the penalty will not be applied.
Okay.
So shoot things in the light and you will not be penalized.
Although that being said, it should be bared in mind that because these things are flying, their avoidance would technically be higher against melee attacks anyway. Something to remember for next round.
Indeed.
Yeah, you know, let's bang the freaking thing.
Do you wish to shoot it?
Moogle with the freaking gun here.
Shoot it!
Alright, I'm going to go ahead and update the tooltips on their tokens to reflect their melee avoidance.
Okay.
So give me a moment here.
Good God, 14.
Yeah, they're insects. They have high avoidance.
I need to roll
great.
I need to roll a 10 to hit them.
Well, anyway, so Madeline, are you rolling with just shooting one?
Yep.
All right, then I need you to roll an accuracy check. And which group are you
Okay.
going for? The one that's right next to you and Kali, I would assume?
Yes.
Okay.
The one with only 3 left.
I'm next to Edgelord.
Count yourself lucky because Edgelord is what's doing most of the damage to these things.
I love my edgelord.
Even though Darkness claims to be.
Okay, what was that?
Even though he's soft boy. Even though Darkness claims to be Edge boy.
He is not Edge.
He is not Edge, he is Doof.
He is Goof.
Yeah.
Well,
He is not edgy, but he does stand at the edge of insanity.
Alright.
Let me do the talking. Wait, where's Alistair? He's over there talking to the guards. God damn it.
Plus the accuracy, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
2d6 plus your ACC score.
At least get some comfort.
Alright, pause. Please say that. No, my.
No.
Nope, it's alright. You sort of lift up your gun, you fire off a shot, the kickback and recoil makes you do a little backflip in the air. Unfortunately, the bullet passes between them and does not do any damage. So unless you have a movement action that you want to take to go somewhere.
Away.
Let me just do if that's.
You're just gonna back up a bit. All right, then it is
Well, back up.
Then it is
Probably.
Dariana's turn. Dariana is not pleased with this situation. Dariana is going to expend 8 MP and use up her 1 swift cast to cast Arrow, group target, and she's going to focus that group target cast of Arrow on one of the swarms, namely the one that Ixavan tried to punch. So this will deal her power plus 2d6. Then that number will be doubled because she's focusing down a specific enemy group.
Do these things have any reaction to win?
We'll find out in a second. So Dariana's power is 8, so that is a total of 12. That gets doubled to 24 because focusing on a group. And indeed, these things take 50% extra damage from wind. So that comes out to a total of 36 damage before magic armor calculations. These things have a magic armor of 5. So that becomes 31 points of wind damage to the one that Ixavan tried to punch, leaving that group down to just 3 Sturges in its swarm, as a gust of wind rises up around it, sending several of the Sturges scattering to splatter against the ground, rocks, and nearby trees. And with that, it is now back to the Sturges, who do not much care for the fact that they have just been harmed. So, first of all, the one that is currently engaged with Avela is going to attempt to stab Avela with their proboscis.
Uh-huh.
Oh!
Oh no.
So that's a critical success. That's a critical hit.
Uh-huh.
Oh god.
No.
So
You are taking the piss tonight.
hey, I don't manage the dice, man. They fall where they may. All right. Your armor is 8, correct?
Yeah.
So that comes.
It's going to take a flat 10 points of unmitigated damage from this strike.
Ah, yes, that is true. So.
Ah, yes, they're spiky.
All right. So, you take a total of 26 damage, which I've already applied, and once again, I need you to make an opposed force check. You need to roll higher than a 10.
I got a 10.
So you just succeed, so you manage to not be poisoned. As I come in and start stabbing you, and they get you in a few pretty rough spots, like one stabs you like just above the collarbone, really close to your throat. It's that kind of alarming, but it doesn't do too much damage, and you get a few more pokes on different places before you have to shake them off, and some of them kind of get stabbed up as they're trying to get away from you, and a couple
get stabbed on my armor, and then I twirl my spear around and stab another one with whirling. Whatever.
Yeah. All right, so that's that one. The swarm that got gunk fucked by Kali a minute ago
is going to attack her.
Yep, they're going to be unhappy with Kali and are going to try and go stabby. That will be.
Did I return?
Yeah, Ari came back. It's the enemy's turn right now. So that swarm is indeed going to hurt Kali because they rolled a 9 at base before adding their accuracy.
I wish to declare an instant action.
Oh, which instant action?
Crest of Return. No. Arcane Crest, sorry.
Arcane Crest. Is that an instant action that can be used during an enemy's action?
Once per combat, as an instant action, the Reaper creates a barrier around them that halves the damage of the next attack the Reaper receives.
All right. As a general reminder, unless an ability states that you can use it to interrupt an enemy's action, you still have to perform an instant action on your turn.
So I can't use it?
Not at the moment, no.
Damn it. Fine.
Worth a try, hon.
Yeah. You can do it as an instant action on your turn. But generally speaking, unless an ability states you can use it during an enemy's turn, instant actions are still on your turn.
So wait, what's the next enemy doing?
They're just attacking Kali.
Have they rolled yet?
They have not rolled their damage yet, no. But they have rolled their accuracy. They rolled a 9 at base.
And and who's being attacked and what's their avoidance?
Kali's avoidance is 7, and Kali is the one being attacked. The total that the swarm rolled was a 10.
Can't do anything about that. Go ahead.
All right. So that becomes a total of 21 damage before armor calculations. Your armor is 8. So it comes out to 13 damage to Kali.
Ow.
All right.
And people wonder why I hate walls.
Indeed. And force check, please. Oh dear, they rolled high. They rolled a 6 and a 5. So 11 plus 2 from them, so you need to roll higher than a 13.
These rolls tonight. Oh, good God.
Yeah, at least you guys are actually having a challenging encounter this time.
Nope.
Okay, Kali, you are poisoned.
God damn it.
For 4 rounds,
Kali,
you
no.
are poisoned.
These are what would have been considered like average rolls for our max level.
Yeah.
For level 3.
And
all right.
I hope we did buy antidotes.
Somebody did.
Yeah, someone did.
This guy.
All right. Now, let's see here. The swarm that almost got punched by Ixivan is not going to like the fact that it got punched by Ixivan, nor is it going to care much for the fact that it just got reduced down to the one next to it by a spell from Dariana. So, I'm going to roll 1d3 and see who it decides to go after.
Okay.
It decides to go after Dariana. So, that will be a 10 to hit, which does hit Dariana's avoidance of 5. Will be a 16 minus 2, so 14 damage to Dariana. And force checks inbound. Jesus Christ, these things are rolling good all of a sudden. So a 12 for their force. Dariana needs to roll that.
White mage, you alright?
Dariana just makes it, just barely. So she just avoids being poisoned, but she still takes damage.
Callie's been shown up by the old lady.
All right, and the last swarm of Sturges
At least she can hit the opponent.
is also going to go after.
Technically.
Is also going to go flitting by to go after Dariana.
Just doesn't even care about Ixalan. Just like, I don't care about the punching guy. I care about the wind lady.
Yeah. All right, and another attack roll. 4, 5. This one just barely hits.
Evasion.
Oh, how's that work?
Either myself or a party member of my choice gains, with a bit of flair as to how I do it, but gains +2 to their avoidance.
Nice. Okay.
So yeah, basically, seeing that happening, just take another one of those petrified bloody pies and just lob it at the swarm to kind of disperse it a bit and distract it.
So they kind of part around and are angry at you, but all right, it is back to the party. First things first, poison damage is applied.
Am I poisoned?
No, you are not poisoned. Callie is the only one who's poisoned, and she takes 20 poison damage.
Honey,
No.
meteorite them.
You want me to do another meteorite?
Oh, that's right. I forgot to subtract the MP for the previous meteorite, which was 8. So I need to do that real quick.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
I say she does another meteorite. At least 2 of this.
I'm scared where it's gonna land, though.
Well, it's fine. It only hurts enemies, so it doesn't really matter where it lands.
Yeah, no, I worry that the
Just to try and see if we can't make that 3 enemies following the pie throw. I mean, it's
I'm gonna take on the 8 over here.
All right.
Just let Han do her thing and get rid of some of them.
I'm saying if we do it first, we might be able to whittle it down so she can take all 3.
Well, if you're gonna do
That's
that,
a good
can
point.
Kali do? I wanted Kali to do something.
It is worth noting that at this point, Chira can only Chira can't do a swift cast again. She's already spent her first one,
Yeah,
so
it's
this next
gonna
spell
take
will be
me
a slow
turn.
action.
Okay. Well, actually, while you guys are crowding on there, can Kali do something?
Sure.
So, being
Remember that-
poisoned. Sorry, go ahead on.
No, go ahead.
Being poisoned and very annoyed at all the bees, Kali is noticing that everybody is crowding around over there, so she is going to go over here, and thinking that nobody is looking, she is going to perform something new.
Ooh.
She will be using Bloodstock.
Ooh.
Oh.
And according to this, it says, I don't think it's... Oh, the DM, I will ask as he created this. Do I need to roll an attack roll?
Let me check the description. Bloodstock.
Which one are you hitting?
The one over here.
It's on the other side of the wall, isn't it?
All right, so it does not say you have to make an attack roll. It basically just counts as a once per combat spell, essentially.
Yes.
But can he not hit it with the light? Or does that not matter what he's doing?
He doesn't have to make an accuracy check. He knows it's there.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
okay.
so this is it again. It's basically a spell. It just goes off. He can only do it once per combat as the hiccup.
Okay, no, I was just curious. Go ahead.
Oh, this is gonna be wonderful. Also, this does magic armor.
Yep.
I think you say that everyone's like there. Madeline's probably the only one that can see you.
Total balance.
So who's ready for the damage this is gonna do?
Go on.
I'm ready. I'm waiting for this to happen. I'm watching the screen that's actually.
Are you ready for this?
My God.
And this is fire damage.
Oh.
Okay.
That's innovative.
Yeah, so, Callie, if you would like to
That's
describe to me how you manifest your Reaper avatar to dispose of this swarm.
So, yes, seeing as she is assuming that nobody is looking, she is going...
The Moogle's right there.
Like, Madeline has line of sight.
It's really hard to miss, to be fair.
I mean, again, she just assumes everybody's going towards the swarm that's over there. And she's guessing, like, Madeline's not paying attention and going probably looking over there as well. So just thinking that she's in the clear, the brand on her cheek burns, and from behind her, her shadow starts to emit flames, and out from it, coiling around her body, you all, anybody who, if anybody is watching, or at least the bees, just see a fiery serpent just coming out of her shadow, coiling around her body, and then when it comes right up to her shoulder, she points at this group of bees, and all of a sudden this thing moves so fast, it's like a blur of flame, and just engulfs them in just like a fiery mouth of fangs.
Yeah.
I mean, it's fire, so it's going to create light, so even if you're not looking when this is happening, everyone is still going to at least see, like, the glow of fire. But regardless, as you send forward your avatar, it swarms over the group of Sturges, and you just hear them going before as the flames part. That swarm is gone.
Heck.
So how many of them actually saw that?
Vale was already pretty freaking suspicious and determined that that was a thing, so...
Madeline saw it for sure. Avela probably didn't see it. Chira might have. I don't know where Chira's attention was pointed. Dariana probably saw the fire, but didn't see the details because there's a lot of stuff.
Can I roll an awareness to see whether I saw it? Because Avela was already pretty kind of had that conversation with her earlier.
Sure, make an awareness check to see if you like notice the finer details.
Can I do it too?
Sure. Like anyone who wants to can roll an awareness check.
I mean, my character was just like
just bear in mind that there is a fog of war in effect here, so to speak. So this is going to be kind of a high-ish DC.
Okay.
What was that, Arby?
Well, don't worry. So 11, 12, 13, 14.
14? Okay.
I mean, literally, Madeline is literally, like, almost, like, right next to her.
Yeah, so, like, I won't even necessitate Madeline roll. She just sees it.
And, sorry, Darkness, you were trying to say something?
Well, I just acted out that my character's
No, not me.
guard if he did actually see the snake. He's just disturbed.
All right, Chira is too focused on the fighting to really notice the serpent. You notice the fire, but you just think that's Callie casting fire again.
Mm-hmm.
But I suppose up to the door.
So Avela sees it happen.
Oh.
What'd you get?
And then just...
Yeah. He definitely notices, and he is horrified. He is
you
scared of you now.
He rolled a critical success again.
Oh, God damn it.
Okay. All right, yeah.
He's horrified. The fact that he saw a fiery snake. His worst nightmare is now manifested into fire.
Yeah, Madeline is just, like, totally amazed.
All right. Well, either way, that's one swarm down.
Yeah, Vela is just going to, as she's running towards the swarm directly ahead, she's going to briefly look back at Carly, give her a vindicated look, and then go to stab the...
I think someone needs to
one more thing. Does Callie want to use Arcane Crest? You still have an instant action.
Oh, yeah. I'm going to just have that activated.
All right.
Just in case this other swarm decides to come at me.
All right, so I will go ahead and give you a pink circle to indicate you are under Arcane Crest. All right, that is Callie's turn. I believe Avela and Ixavan have both used their movement actions. They still have standard actions.
I just rolled. That's a 4 and a 6, which comes up to 10. Plus 4, which is 14.
All right.
And 4 and a 6 is a 10, which for me is a critical success, because I can only hit on a critical success with these guys.
All right. Well then. So...
Nice.
All right. That is a hit then. So go ahead and roll your damage. Which one are you attacking? Left or right?
The one that's directly ahead. The 8.
All right.
I was gonna say that maybe someone needs to bonk or knock a little bit sense into Mr. Ixel here. He's a bit
Bonk for
scarred.
what?
He's a bit scarred of the snake.
That's fine. You just come up to me later after the fight. It's like, Madam, I need one of your firm staff fittings.
I need a firm bonk.
30 points of damage.
30 points of damage.
Doubled.
Alright.
And that's a double.
Alright, and because it's a swarm, like, have you already done the doubling, or is that just your roll?
That's just my roll, 30.
Alright, and it gets cut back down because swarm, so that's a total of 29 damage. Alright. So you managed to
take out the swarm.
So you give a couple little spins of your spear, and you manage to take a few more down, leaving just 4 left in that swarm. Ixivan, to you, my man.
Yes, after realizing the horror before him, he then snaps into reality.
Punchy, punchy?
Mm-hmm. Punchy, punchy.
Punchy, punchy.
Punch him! Bugger them!
What'd you get?
Oh my.
Another 9.
Okay, so yeah, no, not a hit. Like if you're using a melee, weapon, you gotta roll a 14 to land the hit on these suckers. So.
Which, yeah, horrified from the snake, he like, oh shit, enemies, misses.
All right, so yeah, you go and you give your punch and you miss. All right.
And now he feels shame.
All right, I believe, has Madeline already gone this turn?
No.
Okay, so let's do Madeline next, and then we'll do Chira.
Bless you.
Hiccup, but thank you.
You're welcome. I'm gonna give an antidote to Callie.
Oh, you have antidotes?
Yeah, she does.
Yeah.
All right.
Her and Darkness, I think, were the only ones that bought antidotes.
Yep.
That's
All right,
awesome.
I'm helpful.
Okay, so you flit up
Very
to
helpful.
Callie after watching her snake do some cool shit, and you pass her an antidote.
It's like, you were awesome!
All right, that will
Callie
remove.
is going to sweat, but take the antidote.
All right, so you can either have that be your movement or your standard action. You were close enough for it to be your movement action if you want.
Mm-hmm.
And now, shooty shoot.
Yeah. Yeah, shooty.
Okay. First of all, tell me which group you want to shoot. Ping it for me.
Are they doing this one exactly? Hold on, where's the ping thing?
You just
your
need the
cursor
cursor
and
from the
click on
top of the toolbar and then just click and hold.
This one?
Yep, there
And
you go.
nobody's bothering that one, so
Ping. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll go for this one.
All right. Roll
If
accuracy.
anybody's going for it.
All right, go ahead and roll accuracy. You only need a 10 because it is flying and you are using a ranged weapon.
Oh my god. I dropped my marker.
Oh no!
don't do that.
No,
Pop
not
it
the
down.
marker!
Not the marker!
I didn't know.
We need the necromorph.
Make us whole,
Not the
Isaac.
marker.
Make us whole.
Now! Now!
No.
8.
And that does not hit.
I'm sorry. You have not seen the mother, so you fire off that shot and it misses.
Why?
I
The
feel
dice
the
are
pain.
not cooperating today.
Who's ready for another meteor?
Yeah. All
I
right,
mean, these
Chira.
enemies have 14 avoidance, so what do you expect?
All right, Chira, you beginning a cast of meteorite?
Yep.
All right, that is another
right,
8
going on
MP,
next
and
turn.
that'll go off at the start of your next turn.
Nice.
All right, and now, Dariana. Dariana is going to initiate a slow cast of Arrow. She was going to initiate a slow cast of Poisona, but Kali's already been tended to, so she's going to begin a slow cast of Arrow. And that will go off
Nice.
at the start of her next turn.
Mm.
All right, so that brings it
The enemies.
to the enemies. So,
Oh god.
the Sturges don't like Kali anymore. In fact, they're rather scared
Oh,
of
no.
Kali. So this swarm is just going to return to form and go after Lamp.
Ah!
No.
Oh,
No.
they scared of me.
Well, thank
All
you,
right.
hon.
So, Callie's avoidance is 6.
Sure.
So this swarm of Sturges actually misses, as it only rolled a 5. So as they come in and try to start biting you, you're like, oh, piss off, and just wave your staff at them a bit, and they just kind of zzz away. All right. As for the two that are sort of getting ganked on by Avela and Ixavan, well, they're going to determine that the wind starting to swirl around Dariana's staff is probably a bad thing for them. So they're both going to go after her.
Oh no.
So that is a 7 to hit, which hits Dariana. So that will be a, I believe, 18. 18 minus her armor, which was 2, so Dariana takes 16 points of damage and needs to make a force check. The Swarm of Sturges rolled an 8, and Dariana rolled more than that, so she's fine for the moment. Second Swarm rolled a high enough to definitely hit. Let's see here, that will be 2 and 4, 6 plus 1, 7. So, no, hold on. So 6 plus, so once again, 18, reduced to 18. No, I'm sorry, my brain is not doing numbers right now.
That's okay.
All right, 16 damage to
Are
Dariana.
you losing the brain cells?
All right, so Dariana needs to roll higher than a 9. Dariana rolls higher than a 9. She is not poisoned. Okay,
Yes.
so that is the enemies as they stab Dariana a bunch, but don't do enough damage to interrupt her spell. It is to the party. Slow actions go off. So,
Pretty sure they're dead.
Right.
yeah, like, I'm not even going to necessitate any rolls here. What winds up
Nice.
happening is as the two spells go off in tandem, the meteorite and Dariana's wind, your spells
Oh
kind
my
of
God.
synergize, and as a second meteor is flowing down towards the ground, Dariana sees it coming, lifts up her staff, and this like this fishing net of wind just rises up into the air, wraps around your meteor, and then yanks it down, bringing it down into the area, sort of splintering it into very precise sort of mini meteorites that just pelts the ground where these swarms of Sturges are like a fucking shotgun scatter blast. And there's just this of spurts and sprays of green blood as they
And
just get
wipes them all out.
fucked.
Me, both old ladies here.
They are the old.
Annihilated them. Yes.
The grannies
grannies.
kick ass.
Yeah.
Are the MVPs of this fight.
All right. So,
Madeline is the only one that didn't take any damage.
all right. So,
Oh.
combat is complete. And real quickly, a couple things. Need to do a bunch of loot rolls. So I need to roll 4d4. Among
Madeline was immune.
Yep. You managed to find a grand total of 1 antidote's worth of like sort of natural antibodies from among the Sturges, so you get 1 antidote.
Madeline could take that back and replace the one we used. And
All right.
Also, end of combat, the white mage innate gives all of us our HP back.
Let me double check that.
I thought she didn't have a group spell.
Yep, everyone regains their max HP, so
Ah.
Dariana will spend the next few minutes going around. Okay, hold on, let me patch you up. I got some herbs here. Stop squirming. Get that out of your mouth. I'm trying to heal you. That kind of thing.
Taylor is going to walk up beside Cal and go,
snake, huh?
What?
Didn't expect your friend to be a
Again.
Didn't expect your passenger to be a snake. Interesting.
What snake?
The one that set everything on fire.
That was just the fire spell.
Hallie.
My eyes do not deceive me of the horrors I just witnessed.
Okay, I wouldn't quite put it like that. It was kind of cool. but something tells me you don't perceive it that way.
Snakes.
Hey, Birdman, what's the deal with the snakes thing?
Must I tell you?
If you want.
Point is, we did see it, so
Oh, I do have a brief story for that, but I don't know if this is the time or place.
really, I guess you don't want to talk about it. It's probably super bad, but
Avelia, Madeline,
Well,
Ixaban, back
mhm.
away from Kali.
if, which I imagined they're doing that. The mogul and my character are going somewhere. She wants to know.
Okay, give me just a second. I'm trying to fucking. There we go.
Sort out the damage.
Yeah, I'm trying to make the crater look like a proper fucking crater.
I understand.
or Availability, she's gonna go. If you're sure that thing is not into the group, that's fine.
I don't. Go ahead.
Just be aware that we know about it and be careful.
Is Alice hit?
Yep.
Alright. That's fault. Madeline was following me.
I said they just. Are you gonna move away? Or...
Just give Tally space. Because she respects boundaries.
Hmm.
Alright.
Which I did have a little thing planned or something, but it could wait, I guess.
Kali is backing up into a tree.
Kali, you have to take a deep breath. I don't know what happened. I won't ask. I didn't see anything. But that's none of my business.
It won't hurt you unless you make yourself a threat to it.
Well, dear, as far as I know, none of us are threats. Just try to keep it under control best you can.
It won't hurt any of you, I promise.
We'll keep that in mind then, dear. Do you want your space?
I think it'd be best if you all just keep your distance for a bit.
Understand. Nobody likes... Kali.
You all just see the brand is burning, and she's just leaning against the tree.
Kali, what's wrong?
It's fine. They're not a threat. Please, make me hurt them, please.
Jira just watches her, tries to just keep a distance away, not touching her.
I will, please. Just kind of leans against the tree and just falls down to her knees.
Kali.
And the brand stops burning, and you all see her start to breathe a little easier. I'm alright. She just gets up on shaky legs.
I love hidden conversations.
Mm-hmm.
Kali, can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Do I need to be concerned about something?
No. No. None of you are in danger.
Well, that's for us to believe, unfortunately.
As long as you're my allies, it won't hurt you.
And
Well,
what
dear?
exactly is it?
I can't say. Please don't ask that question again.
Can I have Dariana roll a lore magic check?
Okay.
So she got a total of 13. She is going to eye the brand, eye your scythe for a minute, eye the burns on your arm, and quirk a brow.
I will trust that you had no choice when you agreed.
And then she'll simply turn and keep walking.
Baylor's gonna walk after her.
Hey, wait up a minute. Agreed to what?
Dariana will kind of lower her voice a bit.
While my knowledge on the subject is limited, that brand on Callie's cheek. It is the mark of a certain variety of creature. An otherworldly spirit, if you will. I do not know this one's name, for they are all different. But judging by her behavior and the power she wields, there is a pact between them. Some sort of agreement. It gives Callie power, and in exchange, she performs something for it. Such creatures typically value their privacy and secrecy, so do not prod it.
Is it a danger to her and everyone else?
Judging by her behavior, I would wager that she fears it. But at present, that is all I can glean. But if it is a threat to us, we shall deal with that if it comes.
If that comes, is there a way to remove that brand?
The brand is a signature of their pact. Were the creature, her avatar, to perish, or were their agreement to be annulled, the brand would die, but she would lose any power it has given her.
I think there are better ways to get power.
I'm not sure she had a choice, but that is not for us to prod at. Clearly she fears it, and she asked us not to ask questions of it. I say we follow that advice.
Try, but I can't ignore it. Especially when it hurts her or others.
So far it has only been of benefit. Keep a watchful eye. But unless it deliberately and immediately becomes a threat to us, I say leave it. We don't know enough to act in any other manner. Now, we should keep moving. And Dariana will keep walking.
So, traipsing through another forest again. Any more acid pits or bugs? You just love bugs. Buzzing, ugh.
I'm moving us back to the title screen, but that doesn't mean we're done. It just means that we're done on that map, and I don't have another just sit here in idleness screen.
Mm-hmm.
Kali just kind of writes herself up and starts slowly walking back towards the group, but keeping a little bit more of a distance than she did before.
All right. I'm going to go ahead and give Chira a point of destiny, by the way.
Okay.
Because Chira handled that really well.
Oh, I did? Okay.
Yeah. You were in character. You handled it well. Well spoken, well worded, well played. Yeah, I reward good role playing.
There goes all the embarrassment because I don't think I did good.
And hey, you were in
You're
character.
very
You were staying in character. You weren't breaking. You were being in the scene. Yeah, that's worth rewarding.
Thank you.
You're welcome. All right, so now you carry on. After that, continuing through the woods and the forest, with Chira's staff providing some rudimentary illumination to help light your path. Now, I would like everyone real quickly to tell me your finesse scores, please.
Alright.
Okay.
2 finesse.
Yes.
2.
2.
Where's my finesse? I'm trying to find it.
It's
Finesse
just under force.
will be just under your force.
Alright. 3.
And Mystic?
I think her parents came in. Give her a second.
Okay.
I mean, I say Stefan is looking back at Kelly and also feels,
So, yeah, is
Gosh,
Ixaban
mate.
just not going to ever trust her again?
well, he was frightened from the snake, but he also feels bad of his inappropriate outbursts. Especially, much thing he said about snake, which he thought may have felt bad for, Kelly. So I'd imagine he would have probably want to try to make amends to that. Which
But
is
yeah,
basically that
there was
probably.
straight up like a hidden conversation happening during that scene.
Again, I want to know details later.
Yeah, I was sending whispers the entire time.
So as long as everyone's all right,
All right, with what?
so Ixavan Valen setting up to say a few words to Kelly.
If he wants.
Mm.
She
Can't
way
guarantee
in the
it'll
back.
go well.
Mm. It's sort of a little short apology or even explain his reaction, I guess. It shows that despite the horrors he saw, it's a way of also showing his form of trusting her,
Okay.
I guess. And sorry if I make a little bit of it is a bit late, but anyway.
Yeah.
Anywho.
Do we successfully make it to a new camp, or anything else happen?
Well, I'm waiting for Mystic to come back. Because there was a reason I was asking for that. There's a reason I was asking for what was everyone's finesse. I kind of need to know who has the highest.
Yeah. But
Han, you there?
Kelly.
Sorry, what's up?
Okay, I need to know what your finesse is, please, as you're pressing on.
Okay. Five.
5. So
Whoa.
Chira has the highest finesse. In that case, Chira, make for me an awareness check, please. Ten. What? No.
Yeah.
What?
Darkness, sorrows, friend.
Damn it.
It's gone from the call again.
Yeah, that does seem to happen.
Oh my god.
There you go.
Hey, Darkness. What the fuck?
Yeah, everything went silent.
All right. Yeah, I was waiting on a roll. All right, so 10? Nah. All right, so we'll just check the module real quick. So, after several more hours of traveling through the woods, you've pretty much lost track of time at this point because of, how late it's, because of how dark it's gotten. So you don't really have line of sight or visual on things. But as you're going, you start to notice little things in the environment as you are walking. Stones that don't look quite the same as you might expect. You're starting to see signs of construction. Old mossy pillars, long since overgrown with vines and whatnot, but still present and standing. And they become more and more numerous the further in you get. And you occasionally see markings and little painted symbols on some of the trees or these pillars. And you get the impression that you have reached the part of the forest where the goblins' ancient burial grounds are located.
Oh, Vela speaks up. It's late. I think before going any further, we should probably set up camp and get some sleep because creepy things are going to happen. A bit further ahead.
I agree with that statement.
And maybe when we're doing watch, have multiple people watching unless shadows eat us. Because that could happen.
I agree with that too.
Creepy wraith monsters.
It's as you're sort of having this sort of back and forth and discussing that finally, just as you're sort of having the discussion, we should probably just go and nap. That, something in the environment changes. As you're going, you abruptly find the, hold on a second, I have a sneeze incoming. And it ran away, the bitch. Well, anyway, so, after a bit, the trees start to suddenly thin out. And you find old, but still present, rocky steps, sort of embedded in the earth, heading a little ways ahead. And just ahead, you can just make out what appears to be a gap in the trees, heading out into a large open space. And you can even make out shafts of moonlight coming down in that space.
Ian, I think we should stop before going further. We're clearly getting somewhere kinda important.
Yeah, again, we've been going for a while. I think this would be a
So,
good place to stop.
we've stopped while having this conversation. We're not still walking forwards.
All right. Well, as you just sort of see what's there up ahead, whatever it may be, as you are proclaiming, we'll pick up there next time. Alrighty. So, there is that. We'll pick this up next week. You guys have now had a taste of combat in a difficult terrain environment.
Yep.
Alright.
Alright.
Thank God for the lamp.
Indeed. Thank God for lamp.
Indeed.
Alright. I'm going to go ahead and get the recording stopped. So,